7-3 loss last night. Today, a lot of the intrigue centers around the starting pitcher, Matt Vogel, making his Atlantic League debut.
Yeah, well, first off, I want to say you are spot on with the half sunny, half cloudy. If I look to the left of the stadium, I need sunglasses. To the right, it's all dark and cloud cover. But it's going to be interesting. Can go is
yeah. Go ahead again.
I was going to say I thought we lost there, but how far Matt can go is going to be a question, and I'm sure that Mace knows that he probably won't be able to give him 5 or 6, but even 3 or 4 is going to be solid. There's a couple guys in that bullpen that are rested. A little bit about Matt, though, that he pitched collegiately at South Carolina, was a 25th round draft pick of the Rays in 2016, and spent 2 years in their organization before coming here to York.
Yeah, well, we'll see him here in his debut today. The 22-year-old making his Atlantic League debut. Lefty Ben Grissett will go for the Skeeters. He's 2-2 with an ERA of 4.44. Revs 26-25 coming into this one. The Skeeters just a game and a half out behind Lancaster, 32-20, and every game big for them in the first half. They will host Lancaster for the next 7 beginning tomorrow at Constellation Field. But first, York and Sugar Land squaring off one last time here today. And then, oh, by the way, they will be back in just over a week as the schedule certainly gets bunched up between these two teams here in late June, early July. But coming up today on the pregame, what better way to celebrate Sunday Fun Day than a conversation with one of the most fun guys on the team, Robert Carson, who was brilliant here 2 nights ago. Michael had a chance to catch up with him right after the Sunday autograph session. We'll hear from Mace here coming up as well. First pitch is set for 1 o'clock here this afternoon at Peoples Bank Park on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Daly Anstein is a personal injury law firm that specializes in auto and motorcycle accidents, workers' compensation, and personal injury cases. Anstein has been proudly protecting the injured in Central PA for more than 40 years and is proud to support the York Revolution. At Dale E. Anstein, consultations are always free, and there is no fee unless they win the case for you. To learn more about Dale E. Anstein, or if you're in need of representation, go to AnsteinLaw.com. That's ANSTINE law.com.
Presley Ridge believes that strong families are the foundation for strong communities. With compassionate and caring professionals, Presley Ridge offers individual, child, and family therapy in addition to foster care and other in-community services. To learn more about Presley Ridge and their impact on families right here in our community, visit presleyridge.org or call 717-845-6624. That's 717-845-6624.
We are your auto loan experts. Hello, I'm Sue DeStefano, President and CEO of First Capital Federal Credit Union. With terms you can trust and competitive rates as low as 2.49% APR, First Capital is the first place to go when you're looking for an auto loan. At First Capital, you're a member, not just a number. You can apply for your loan online at firstcapitalfcu.com or stop by any of our branches. First Capital, putting you first. Federally insured by NCUA.
First Capital Federal Credit Union.
Facing a legal issue can be a frightening time. What's my course of action? How do I know who to call? Fortunately, the York County Bar Association makes it easy. Now, you only need to make one call to find the right lawyer for you. Call the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right lawyer with our Attorney Connection Lawyer Referral Service. Just call 854-8755 or visit yorkbar.com. Don't hesitate in getting the help you need. Contact the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right attorney at the right time.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
Michael Marcantonini back here on the pregame show with Robert Carson. Started 2 nights ago for the Revs. Rob, wanted to get you yesterday, but got the time here today, so I got to ask. 7 shutout innings, no walks, struck out 4. How'd you feel out there on the mound?
Oh, man, Mike, I feel great, man. Just had it planned for the game with Cruz and Fletch. Came up with a plan of to attack the hitters, man, and I just went out there and executed.
What do you think the biggest reason was for you getting in the groove?
Man, honestly, I have to say first pitch strike, man. That was like a big key to me going out there the other night, man. Just to my mind, I just knew if I got ahead of these guys, this is an aggressive hitting team in the league, and if I got ahead of them first pitch strike to every hitter, I knew I set myself up to succeed.
You didn't really get in much trouble throughout the game, maybe your last inning on the mound, but did you make any in-game adjustments with Luis or Fletch or Mace, anything like that?
No, man. No, man. We just really, like I say, we just really executed a game plan, and we set forth before the game to attack these guys, and me and Cruz were just locked in with each other, and like I said, I just executed very well.
This was your second start of the season. Your first start, you only had a few hours notice before being told that you were going to get the ball. So how much time did you have before this one?
Oh, man, they gave me a couple days in advance notice this time. Actually, when we found out the boat, Jay was going to miss another, maybe one or two, they told me right away, like, hey, you're going to get the ball. Just go out there and keep doing what you've been doing and give us a chance to win the game.
Well, so this time around, since you had a few days knowing that you were going to be on the bump to start, what was your prep like leading up to the start?
Oh, man, just I just wanted to do well, Mike, man. Honestly, just really wanted to do well. Didn't want to overthink it. Been coming out the pen for us so far this year, doing well in that role, and I just wanted to come out and just give our chance to win the game.
Do you find it difficult to have to switch back between coming out of the bullpen and starting? I know you've done it in the past, but this year it's kind of been, mostly relief and then just the two starts.
Honestly, no, man, because I wanted to come here as a starter. Before I signed with the team, I told Fletch and Mace I would love to come in and help this team out as a starter. They told me that we had 8 guys coming to spring training that wanted to be starters, so they were going to give everybody a look. And I told them, wherever they saw me fit to help the team, strengthen the team, and make them better, I'd do it. And it happened to come out the pen, and then some things happened to where now I'm kind of getting a chance in the rotation.
What did you do this offseason knowing that you had a chance to start? What did you do preparation-wise?
Man, just really worked out, man. Just mentally got stronger. Mentally, physically, I always kind of kept myself in pretty good shape, but just mentally got stronger. Went to winter ball for the last month, and everything started coming back for us, velo and stuff, and just mental, and just came this year coming in wanting to have fun, man, and I just want to be having fun.
What have you learned from some of the other pitchers on the Revs staff, either starters or relievers, coming in this year?
Oh, man, we got a great pitching staff, great group of guys, man, like my brothers, man, all the way down from the starters to that back end of the bullpen, man. Just learning every day from these guys, man. We're just feeding off each other, learning from each other, just trying to go out there, attack, and be aggressive with our stuff. We all got great stuff, man, and just going out there with our best stuff and attacking hitters.
Knowing that there's a chance that you'll get a few more starts this year and even within the next couple weeks or so, but also the chance that you'll go right back to the bullpen, what are the adjustments that you'll have to make based on if it's starting or relief?
Man, if it's starting, just continue to do what I'm doing. Just go out there and try to get first pitch strikes and get ahead of hitters and put them away. And if I'm in a pen, man, just come in and do my job like I've also been doing the same thing. Just come in being aggressive and getting early contact and getting outs.
All right, Robert Carson started 2 nights ago for the Revs through a gem. Rob, thank you for the time and continue your success.
Thank you too, Mike.
Robert Carson, and have absolutely loved having him here in York this season. Mace called that spot start the other night one of the greatest in that situation that he's seen, to go 7 scoreless innings. He didn't walk any, and I'm sure that was a fun chat for you, Michael. I know yesterday he was getting some cardio in, playing basketball when you were looking for him, but yeah, we appreciate him joining us today.
Yeah, it was a really fun chat with Rob. He's awesome. Just a happy guy. He's always looking to chat with somebody and get a conversation in, but he's a lot of fun. Good vibes around Rob, and yeah, that's right. He was getting some hoops in with some of the guys out behind the locker room, and no BP yesterday, so guys had to get a little cardio in some other way. But like you mentioned, that start the other day, 7 shutout innings. Not all heroes wear capes. I mean, that was an awesome performance to go out, given the scenario that he was forced to pitch in, and that was big time.
Well, Robert Carson, we appreciate him being Michael's guest on the pregame today. Mace is exchanging lineup cards with Pete Incaviglia and the men in blue. We'll hear from Mace on the Broadway Transmission Manager's Report up next.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood Sure Save stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Saubles Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Fans, it's time to go inside the clubhouse for all the latest on your Atlantic League champion York Revolution and tonight's matchup. It's time for the Broadway Transmission Manager's Report. Now, here's the manager of the Revs, Mark Mason.
I'm amazed that last night Sugarland evens the series, and starting with what Casey Coleman did, he was tremendous from the get-go. And how good did he look last night from your seat?
He looked as good as Carson did the night before. He had everything working. He had a really good fastball. All the breaking pitches he was getting them over for strikes. He was changing speeds with them, and he was even changing the angle of them. Some were big and loopy, and some were short and sharp. So he did a good job of keeping us off balance the whole while he was in there. 6 innings, I guess.
On the other side, Logan ran into some trouble early in the game. What do you think happened there in that 4-run third?
Well, I think one of the things that got away from him, was his pitch count. 94 pitches and 4 2/3 or whatever it was, and I think the double that drove in the last 2 runs, I probably think if he had to have that pitch back again, he would select a different pitch there. I think he probably wanted to double up some off speed in that situation, but he didn't. And I think they were kind of sitting on that, and he left that ball up and away. And, and to their credit, they drove the ball into right center. So, they did their job hitting-wise. And, I would say of all the pitches that he threw, that was probably the one that he would want back the most. But it was just a lot of 3-2 counts. A lot of hitters in 3-2 and almost 100 pitches in less than 5 innings. That's a lot of work and hard on your body.
You did get Watson for his second appearance, one inherited run, but nothing charged to him. And just his third pro season, did he look a little more comfortable to you in his second appearance?
Well, no, he did. I know Fletch was working with him on some mechanic things. Yesterday and these past couple days, trying to get him a little more extended and some different things like that. And I thought some of the secondary pitches were a lot better. He was able to command them better. He wasn't bouncing them or leaving them short. So that was good. That was good to see him be able to make some adjustments and have some success right there.
How great was it to see Luke Westfall get back out there and look as electric as he did?
No, that's really good for us, and today he feels fine because he said he was up again today, so he came out of it pretty much unscathed, and I think it was 7 pitches and 7 strikes or something like that. He was filling the zone up pretty good last night, so, the main thing was he came out of there with no nagging injury or no reoccurring of any physical condition that he had going in. So anyways, that was good to get out of there. And pretty much, other than Treese today, I think we have our whole bullpen available, so that's a good thing.
You've got the youngster Matt Vogel making the start here today. When you acquired him, what are some of the things that you heard about the way he works? Has had some affiliated time with the Rays and then coming from the Empire League.
Well, pretty much that he knows how to pitch and he knows how to sequence his pitches. I don't know, velocity-wise or anything like that, what we're going to see right now, but I know he threw a bullpen the other day, a couple of days ago, and that seemed to be fine. So we'll just see when he gets out there and go from there. Day games, like we always talk about, you never know what you're going to get in a day game on either side of the field. So the main thing is just attack the hitters and throw strikes and make smart pitches when you get ahead of the hitter, and then try to stay out of all the 3-2 counts and keep your pitch count where you can where you can control it. But he's been starting, so he is built up to go a lot of pitches, which is a good thing. We just got to make the pitches count. That's all.
How much different is it for you and Fletch handling a guy making his debut in this league at a young age compared to any of the number of veterans that are here?
I think the biggest thing is just to try to make them understand it, and there is a difference. There is, especially when you have young guys that are playing up as far as experience level goes. that they don't get too intimidated by that. That you pretty much have to believe in your stuff is good and sequence your pitches and, work with your catcher because he knows these hitters probably better than you do. And, then just try to execute what he's calling, and then after that it's up to the hitter. I mean, it would be different if you could tie the hitter up in a knot and not let him swing the bat, but you can't do that. So, the hitters are going to swing, and you just got to make good pitches.
Lastly, the lineup today, Dotel gets a rare day off. I know he's been in there pretty much every day, and you've got Nick King in there for Dent as well, and really could have a valuable role with this team, right? I mean, trying to give some guys some days, he'll get some time.
Yeah, he will get some time. He can play everywhere in the infield. He can play outfield as well. Another young guy, and like I said, we got some guys. I mean, we obviously have some guys that are beat up that are unable to play, but we also have some guys playing that are nicked up too, and so it's important to be able to give our guys some time off because we're going for another straight week before we get a day off. So this will be a good opportunity. We got him in the game the other night, I think in the 6-1 game or whatever it was, but now we'll let him start the game and see how he does.
Mace, thanks a lot. Good luck today.
Yep, thanks.
All right, Revs manager Mark Mason on the Broadway Transmission Managers Report. Starting lineups brought to you by Flying Feet today. For the Skeeters, it goes like this. Colin Walsh will lead off at second base. Matt Chavez, the first baseman, is batting second. Derek Norris will do the catching and hit third. Kyle Kubitsa has been maybe their hottest hitter here in the past week or so. He'll be at third base batting cleanup. Dennis Phipps, the designated hitter, will hit fifth. Barrett Barnes in right field bats sixth. Courtney Hawkins, left fielder, hitting seventh. Anthony Jansanti in center field bats eighth. And Alvaro Rondon at shortstop is hitting ninth. Again, it's Walsh, Chavez, Norris. Kubitsa, Phipps, Barnes, Hawkins, Jansanti, and Rondon. The lineup that Matt Vogel will face in his Revolution debut here today. The lineup behind Vogel going up against lefty Ben Grissett. For the Revs today, it'll be Travis Witherspoon in center field, leading things off. Alexi Casilla, the second baseman, bats second. Melky Mesa will DH and hit third. Batting cleanup is Jared Mitchell. He is in right field. Jose Cuevas, the third baseman, bats fifth. Michael Burgess at first base will hit sixth. Tyler Clark does the catching, batting seventh. Nick King at shortstop, hitting eighth, his first start. And Tyson Gillies, who went yard last night, he's in left field batting ninth. Again, Witherspoon, Casilla, Mesa, Mitchell, Cuevas, Burgess, Clark, King, and Gillies for the Revs here this afternoon. They are introduced to the field, and time does fly when you play every day. It seems like just yesterday we were wrapping up the road trip. Here today we're already wrapping up this homestand. We'll listen in on our national anthem.
Fans, please rise, remove all cover, and welcome Peyton Lutz for the performance of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Peyton Lutz with our national anthem here this afternoon. Very nicely done by that young lady. Revs have taken the field as Matt Vogel gets set to make his debut wearing number 36 with his new team. Officially signed and activated on Friday and in there here today. We'll pause for station identification. This is Revolution Radio.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
Our weather as we get started today, brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. 87 degrees on the stadium board, partly cloudy. We will have sun shining at various points. It is warm here this afternoon. And Vogel going through his warm-ups. He'll work with Tyler Clark behind the plate here today. Revs defense behind him, Gillies in left, Witherspoon in center, Mitchell in right. Cuevas at third, King gets the start at short, Casilla at second, Burgess at first, and Clark behind the plate. Vogel, 22 years old, from Syosset, New York. He was out of high school, one of the top prospects in the state of New York and on the island, and he was originally drafted by the Diamondbacks, 2013 36th rounder out of Patchogue Medford High School in Medford, New York. And that is not far at all from where the Ducks play. But he went to South Carolina, and 3 years later, a 25th round pick of the Tampa Bay Rays in 2016 out of South Carolina. And he had been as high as the single A level in a couple of years in the Rays system. He was hoping to be there again this year, but was released out of spring training and had pitched briefly in the Empire League with the New Hampshire Wild. It's the league from which Dominic Severino came to the Atlantic League, and they were kind of in, I guess, sort of a preseason, almost training mode early in the year in Puerto Rico. He made a couple of impressive starts there, double-digit strikeout games. And our Dasher Investment Services first pitch is cracked down the line in right field, but foul. Colin Walsh trying to jump on the first one just a little early and hits it foul into the corner in right field. We are underway with a loud strike.
Welcome to the Atlantic League. Swinging early, try to get on the young guy. But it works as a strike, and Vogel's ahead in the count. Hopefully he settles in now.
Walsh, a left-hand hitter. He is the K-man today, the leadoff guy. Vogel ready. Clark sets up in. The 0-1, and it missed away. It is a 1:05 first pitch time. Revs in the home white alternates with stripes. Sugarland in their black jerseys with white and blue stripes on the lower half. The wind, the 1-1. And it's a called strike outside corner. Walsh hitting at 253, no homers, 7 driven in. Vogel, the deliberate overhead wind, now lifts, gathers, fires, misses way high. It is 2-2. Our plate ump today is Warren Nicholson. J.B. Torres at first, Federico De Jesus at third base. Vogel winds, fires, and misses in the dirt. Clark a block on it. 3-2 though now. Matt Chavez and Derek Norris will follow here in this first inning. Vogel 6 feet, 185, 22-year-old. And here's the wind and the payoff pitch. Missed inside. It is a leadoff walk. So Walsh is on base to start things, and the Skeeters do draw the most walks of any team in the league, pushing 200 for the season.
Walsh was on base 3 times last night with 3 walks, so he knows how to get on at the top of that order, and last night it really set the tone for the Sugarland lineup. They ended up putting 7 on the board.
That is their 199th walk as a team, 17 more than New Britain, who's next. Here's Matt Chavez. First pitch, he swings, yanks a deep drive foul and left over the stands and out toward Arch Street. So each of the First two batters, a first pitch swing, hitting it deep, but early on it and foul. Chavez 5th in the league in hitting, 333. 3 homers, 31 knocked in. 2nd in the league in total hits with 66. There's the stretch, the 0-1, and he swings, hits it in the air, right field. Mitchell backpedals, angles toward deep right center, just out of his reach. One hops the wall. Walsh a late start. He was hesitating in case it was caught. He'll be held at third. Chavez in with a double, hitting it deep the other way toward Cannonball's perch. And it is 2nd and 3rd with nobody out.
Thought Mitchell was going to get to that ball out there in the gap, but on a line, tough to judge, and looks like it just got over his glove out there, did a little bit to his right. And that's what happens with walks. Now Vogel set up in a tough situation with 2nd and 3rd.
Now the wind is blowing out today. It might have carried just a bit more than he thought. Now here's Derek Norris, hitting at 240, but tied for 3rd in the league in doubles with 14. He's hit 4 home runs. And the league leader in walks with 32. He's got a good eye. Revs with the infield back with 2 men in scoring position and early in the game. First pitch is up high, ball 1. Vogel signed Friday. Aside from the Empire League, it's his first pro start today. He'd been in relief in the Rays system. There's the 1-0, curveball, and a good one as he breaks it in for a called strike. I think that might be the first non-fastball that he's thrown. A lot of times with a young guy, the command is the big thing. There's the stretch, the 1-1, and a fastball misses upstairs. He hasn't really been able to harness the control on that fastball just yet. 2 balls, 1 strike. Flag picking up some steam on the wind out to center field, right center. The 2-1, curveball missed high. Vogel with 34 appearances in the Rays system in 2 years, 4.64 ERA, couple saves. And I think walks were the big thing with 64 innings, only 43 hits, but 41 walks. He did strike out 75. He fires, and a swing and a miss. Norris might have chased. It was elevated. Yeah, he was looking for one to drive. 3-2 now. Might have been ball 4. We'll see if Vogel can use that to his advantage. A full count, 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. And he looks in, he's got the one he wants. The payoff pitch, and a foul back upstairs. So how about if you're Vogel, it's your 3rd pro season, and you're facing a former AL All-Star and a guy who, at the height of his game, was one of the best catchers in the game, as Clark will head out to have a chat with him.
Right, he's got a chance to strike that former All-Star out for his first out right here if he can come back with a pitch on 2 strikes. But it's not easy coming into this league and facing some veterans, guys with a lot of experience.
Now the visit over, it was just about signs. I don't know if maybe he didn't throw what Clark was looking for, or if they thought Chavez was onto it out at second base. Long routine to give these signs, and now they settle on it. The pitch, breaking ball just missed away. That was close. That was close. Ball 4. They did have first base open, and they don't throw Norris a fat one, but now you've got to deal with Kyle Kubica, who's been hot with the bases loaded.
He's been a really tough out, but just to your point right there, with first base open, you don't need to go fastball there, and because Norris is sitting on that, at least tempt him with the curveball there that he did lay off, but that's still a good pitch on the outer half.
Kubica in there hitting at 256, far better though of late. First pitch to the lefty, it's a called strike on the outer half. Change up to start him. Kubica in the last 5 9 for 21, 3 doubles and a homer. Against the Revs this year, hitting .350, 7 for 20 with 4 doubles. It's the 0-1, and that misses high. Fastball at 88. But Clark wanted it away. It was more up and in. Kubica in this series, 4 for 9, 2 doubles last night. 3 doubles in the series. He's driven in a pair this weekend. The 1-1, curveball missed high and away. Kubica is tied for the league lead in doubles with 15 and leads the league in total extra base hits with 22. He's hit 7 homers. 2 balls and a strike. Bases loaded, no outs. Vogel the stretch. The 2-1 and a swing and a foul back upstairs that bangs out of the White Rose Hall and down below.
Vogel was competitive in that at-bat against Norris. He's been competitive here. Challenged Kubica there, and all he can do is foul it off. Now right here, he just needs a nice double play ball on the ground, a pop-up to settle him down, and then see if he can work through it.
2-2. Ground ball at somebody would be awesome. He's ready. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Foul tip squeezed. And a strikeout of Kubica, a former big leaguer, for his first Atlantic League out. Clark wanted that pitch away. It was up and in, but got a good result.
Location's been a bit of an issue here in the inning, and now Pete Incaviglia is out to ask something. But that's a big pitch right there, fastball up in the zone. I think he's got a wristband, Vogel, on his glove hand that Pete Incaviglia asked him to grab or take off.
Huh. Well, he obliged. And here's Dennis Phipps, the DH. Stretch from Vogel and the first pitch. Fastball misses high. How much would a wristband really bother a hitter?
Right, I thought he was pointing the wrist. I assumed it was maybe wrist tape of some sort, but it was just a wristband on the glove hand, not the pitching hand. But I mean, if it bothers some guys, I guess it's got to go.
It's the 1-0, and it misses down and in.
And that could have just been a case of he just came back with a pitch on Kubica with the bases loaded, got a strikeout, and Pete's trying to break a rhythm here. I mean,
trying to rattle him, maybe?
That could have been it. Former big leaguer who's a veteran around the diamond makes a young guy take off a wristband. I'm sure he's thinking about it.
Now the 2-0, way high.
And if that was the goal, it's worked. It's 3-0.
Nowhere to put him. 3-0 with the bases loaded, 1 out. Phipps DHing, hitting .297. Vogel with the pitch. Just inside, ball 4. I tried to come back there with a strike. He was high in the at-bat. He lowered it, but missed inside. Third walk of the inning. This one forces in the game's first run.
It would be different if it was a couple hits producing a run there, but the 3 walks are discouraging. And sure, it's a young guy's first start here, but I mean, that can't. It can't continue much more before this game gets out of hand.
Here's Barrett Barnes, loaded, still 1 out. First pitch is lined to center and a base hit. Chavez is in to score, Norris being sent. Witherspoon can't get a throw off to the plate from there. It'll be 2 runs across, 3-0 the lead. And Barnes jumps on the first pitch, a 2-run single up the middle. 3-0 Sugarland here in the top of the first.
Now that was quick, and Barnes, give him credit for going after that first pitch. Vogel had just missed with 4 straight, so I'm sure he wanted to be around the plate there, and maybe a little bit too much.
And Fletch will spend a visit as he makes his way out. Vogel, even at South Carolina, of the 28 appearances he made there, only 5 were starts. 3 years there in college. And during the summer, during his college career, he was a Coastal Plain League All-Star in 2015 with the Wilmington Sharks. there's a lot of college summer leagues around the country, Michael. Very good talent. I know you saw that in the Northwoods League last year. And those leagues have recently gotten underway.
Sure, and the Northwoods League was actually on SportsCenter last night. I heard from somebody somebody from one of the teams in the Northern Division made a diving catch or something. They were on top 10. And but yeah, I do know a little bit about the Coastal Plain League, and a couple really good team names down there. They got the Savannah Bananas and the Macon Bacon in that league, and the Savannah Bananas wear yellow pants sometimes.
Oh my! Well, why wouldn't they?
Yeah, well, yellow pants, yellow jerseys. I think it's their home alternate.
Here's Courtney Hawkins, first and second. First pitch after the visit. Fastball. It's a called strike up in the zone. He has a look back. Hawkins hitting at 230, but the power numbers are big. 10 home runs. That's second in the league. 40 RBIs, second in the league, behind only Blake Galen. The stretch. Vogel, the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Good changeup down. So after the visit, he jumps ahead. Former first rounder from the Chicago White Sox, Courtney Hawkins. Began this year at Double-A in their system. There's the stretch from Vogel. And the 0-2, way high and outside. Hawkins 13th overall in 2012 out of high school in Corpus Christi, Texas. He was rated their #1 prospect the following year. Only got to Double-A though. The pitch, he swings, fouls it just over the screen. And it'll end up toward the top of the stands, angled over to our right. 1-2 it remains. Galen leads the league with 12 homers. Hawkins has 10. Galen's got 49 ribbies. Hawkins has 40. There's the stretch. Set up away. Another 1-2. And it misses high and away. Fastball at 88. Vogel, oh my, I didn't realize he's already thrown 30 pitches. Didn't realize it had climbed that steeply as he looks for his second out here. Skeeters a 3-0 lead. Revs will begin to play some catch in the bullpen in right field, it looks like. And now as he comes set, Hawkins, tired of waiting, puts the hand up for time.
Well, Vogel's run a bunch of deep counts, and the inning's just dragging out. Still only has one.
There's the stretch. And the 2-2. Oh, curveball slipped. Hawkins ducks under it. Courtney Hawkins, in his first Sugarland at bat this year, hit an inside the park home run, the first of the 10 home runs that he now has. Full count here. Vogel sets at the letters. Here's the payoff pitch. Runners go, swinging a foul tip. Scraped straight back to the backstop. And both runners will head back. We'll do it again.
Doesn't help either that some of these guys at the dish for Sugarland keep fouling pitches off with 2 strikes. Pitch count escalated pretty quickly for Matt Vogel.
He had been with Hudson Valley in the Rays system and also Charlotte. Another full count pitch, and it's in the dirt. That was a changeup, trying to keep him off of the timing there, but he missed in the dirt. 4th walk of the inning, and that'll load the bases for Anthony Jansanti. The bullpen activity will pick up a little bit.
I'm sure it's not going to be much longer. 4 walks already through 8 batters in the game. Control's an issue, and it's tough coming into this league when you haven't started much in your professional career, also to do it against this Sugarland team. And it just hasn't been a great inning.
And it is going to be an early exit today, unfortunately. Here comes Mace. So we'll have a pitching change here in the top of the first inning. It was Highland Pregame who was loosening, and he will be on his way in. Bases loaded, 1 out, trying to not let this game get away early. And Pregame will come in with bases loaded, 3-0 Sugar Land. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts here in the top of the first. And we'll tell you about Pregame when we come back.
Are you one of the many people that has a 401k that is eligible to roll over, but you just haven't done it yet? Maybe you're not sure where is the best place to put it. I'm Tom Dasher of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in helping you getting your 401k and IRA money parked in the best place for you. So if you haven't rolled your 401k yet, or if you're not satisfied with your IRA, call me for a consultation at 487-2096. That's 487-2096. And check out my website at tomdasher.com.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
There's a lot of talk out there about good health care. We all want a good plan. But step outside and take a good look at all those beautiful trees and shrubs in your yard. Do you have a plan to maintain their good health? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care has a veteran staff of 12 fully licensed and trained tree health care professionals to rely on, including 10 certified arborists and 3 PA certified horticulturalists. So don't let your trees and shrubs fend for themselves against Mother Nature. Visit heritagelawnandlandscape.com and get world-class care right in your backyard.
The Revolution plays here. Play ball! The new Sports Radio 1350.
Now Highland Pregame takes over, and a tough situation to come into. Bases loaded, 1 out, 3-0 Sugar Land. The goal will be to not let it get totally out of hand here in the first inning today. Pregame, the only runs he's given up came in 1 outing on Sunday of last week at Southern Maryland. Suffered a loss there, but he came back earlier this week with 2 scoreless innings in Thursday's game against the Road Warriors, and overall 1-2 with a 3.05 ERA, with York 0-1 with a 2.61 ERA. And he will face Anthony Jansanti with the bags packed, 1 out. Jansanti hitting at 251, 6 home runs. 3 for 17 his last 5, so Revs hoping to catch him at a time when he's not locked in. Peguero's first pitch, fastball at the knees, a called strike at 90. The Revs will obviously have to get pretty much a full game out of the bullpen now today. Tomorrow they have Mitch Atkins starting the opener at Long Island. He can eat some innings. Pitch is bounced to third. Cuevas trying to back up and spear the hop. It goes on by untouched. 2 runs are going to come around to score. 5-0. Phipps was coming home, and Barnes with pretty good speed around from second base on it as well. Cuevas tried to back up and backhand and in between hop, and never did touch it. They'll give Jansanti a 2-run single to make it 5-0.
He didn't touch it, but to me that's an error there. I mean, he's there, he just misses it. But could have been an ending double play. Could have at least gotten 1 out.
Here is Rondon, who looks at a ball low. Yeah, I think he expected himself to make that play. And now first and second, 5 runs home. Rondon at bat, hitting 284. Pregame with the pitch, swinging a line drive, right field. Mitchell throws to Reed, now coming in, he's got it. He'll hold it, nobody going anywhere. And now fires it in on a hop to King. 2 outs in the inning. Now we'll go back to Walsh at the top, who started it with a walk and scored already. K-Man get a second chance at him in the first inning today.
Tell you what, Mitch is going to have to go at least 7 tomorrow. This bullpen's going to be out of gas.
Pregame with his first pitch. It's a fastball strike inside corner at 91. This is the third time this year that an opposing team has scored 5 in the first against York. First time at home. It happened in Lancaster and at New Britain. I'll look back. The 0-1. And a rip right side. Casilla lays out just off the tip of his glove and into right. Hawkins will come around to score from second. Jansanti goes to third, and it's 6-0. RBI single from Colin Walsh, who hit it on a line, but off the end of the bat a bit, but in a perfect spot. Casilla made the full-out effort, but it just hit off the end of the glove.
I think that ball, after it hit the last hop before it got to Casilla, I think it took a weird hop up and slowed down a bit, because Casilla looked like he had it timed well, but then it ends up hitting off the top of his glove, and he looked a little fooled by that.
And now Chavez, who doubled and scored earlier in the inning. First pitch slider is a called strike. Walsh has now walked and singled in a run this inning. 6-0. Stretch, the 0-1, and a swing and a miss. Fastball at 92 down. Chavez couldn't connect on that. Oh, rough start. All 6 charged to Vogel. Here's the stretch from Pregame, the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Slider away, gets him, and that'll end the inning. But the Skeeters send 11 men to the plate, scoring 6 on 4 hits, no errors, 2 left. We've played a half inning. It's the Skeeters 6, Revs coming up.
What's the simplest, easiest, freest way to get in shape? Walking! That natural walking motion is great for almost everybody, but not every shoe is great for walking.
Flying feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes carries the shoes designed to function best, whether you're out for an invigorating stroll or you're humming along at a serious fitness pace. Walking and fitness shoes that'll do the trick, including a variety of widths and hard-to-find sizes. Walk with name brands like New Balance, Saucony, Brooks, and Accelera. For intense fitness workouts, try shoes from Basics, New Balance, Rika, Saucony, and 361. Flying Feet's selection is great, and the service is even better. With personal attention many stores are lacking. Some stores sell shoes, Flying Feet fits them. So take life in stride and do it in style with comfortable walking shoes and fitness shoes from the Sportswear Specialty Store without specialty prices. Flying Feet Sports Shoes.
Flying Feet.
1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
I'm a chef. Pleasing my patrons' palates is paradise. But lately, when I hear a cheer from the dining room, it's Keno from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Sure, it could be my veggie lasagna, but chances are it's customers picking numbers to win cash with drawings every 4 minutes. Keno's fun, exciting, and you can enjoy it as an appetizer or a main course. Hey, everything tastes better with winning. Keno, it's here. Played at your favorite bar or restaurant.
Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
The Baltimore Baseball Show with Dan Connolly, right here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Well, Sugarland, a 6-run head start on the proceedings here today, as the Revs come to bat in the bottom of the first inning facing left-hander Ben Grissett, who comes into this one 2-2, a 4.44 ERA in 7 outings, 5 starts. 24 in a third innings, 26 hits, 15 walks, 23 strikeouts, opponents hitting .280. Has given up 4 home runs, and he's got plenty of run support out of the gate. 6-0 is the lead. It is not the most runs allowed in the first inning in Revs history, not even close. One night at Long Island in 2011, The Revs got out to a 5-0 lead, and then the Ducks scored 9 in their half of the first. Maybe the Revs will score 10 in their half as Witherspoon takes a strike.
What was that, a three-hour first inning for you that night?
It's close, I think. Man. I'll never forget that.
Yeah, that football scored just in the first inning.
It was the 0-1, and that's over for a strike. The funny thing about that one was there were a grand total of 4 runs scored the rest of the night. The game ended up 10-8.
Seems like it always happens that way.
Yeah. Long Island did win it. Here's the 0-2. And it misses down and away on Spoon, who's hitting at .268 coming in. 4 home runs. He was held hitless last night, but the previous 13 games, .383. The wind, the 1-2. And a ground ball sharply to third. It stays low and goes through the wickets under the glove of Kubica. And Witherspoon is on at first base to start things off for the Revs.
See him just brushing the dirt, padding it down there after the ground ball. There was really nothing else he could do about that.
I'll bring up Alexi Casilla. Alexi hitting at .308, 2 home runs, 16 driven in. Looks like that'll be an error on Kubica. It was hit hard and stayed low, but was right at him. First pitch to Alexi is a called strike.
Yeah, easily an error right there. I mean, right under the glove. Like I was saying, he was after the error. I mean, really nothing he could do. He knew he didn't get the glove down. He just started padding the dirt out, just trying to do something to take away from the error.
It's the 0-1. Swing and a foul back and out of play. Brissett has been as high as the AA level. He was in the Mets system. 6-foot lefty, 26 years old, from Modesto, California. A little bit of a funky delivery, kind of closes off a little bit on his stride. Throws across his body. Pitch to Alexi, chopped high off the dirt. Another chance, Kubica coming in. Throws to second, that's all they'll get. On the big high hop, Kubica charging in to get to it. And on the run through to Walsh at second, they get the lead out, 1 away. Here's Melky Mesa, who was in a couple of nights ago, out of the lineup last night, back in today as they give Dotel a day off. Wellington just 1 hit his last 3 games, which is probably the first stretch like that he's had this year. So they'll give him a day off his feet. Mesa DHing. Hitting at .302, .353 off lefties. First pitch fastball is across for a strike. Brissett at 85 on that one. Doesn't look like he'll light up the gun. A crafty lefty. He was a 13th round pick of the Rays in 2013. He deals. And a bouncer to short, having to wait back Rondon, but he'll feed second, and the turn is picked brilliantly at first. A high chopper toward the middle, and Rondon had to sit back, play the hop, and then shovel it off to second. Walsh made a bad throw, but Chavez handled it on a very tricky 1 hop at first. No runs, no hits, 1 error, none left. We go to the second, it's 6-0 Sugarland.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood SureSave stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Saubles Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Smith, Mayer & Little is a holistic wealth management group with one product, advice. We aim to simplify our clients' lives, help them retire comfortably, and build lasting legacies for their families and the causes they care about. Our purpose is simple, to make a meaningful difference in the lives of our clients, our community, and the world in which we live with the advice we provide. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. We make our living by making a difference. Visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
This is Jay Gaush. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Spurt Radio 1350, WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Head to the second inning, and Sugarland a 6-0 lead. Sounds like they are going to change that play in the top of the first to an error on Cuevas. Here's Derek Norris leading off. He slices the first one down the line in right field, foul into the corner. Peguero, who got the final 2 outs of the first inning, 3 inherited runs, none of those charged to him though. A couple of, an error and a single given up. A line out and a strikeout. And he'll be in for at least another inning. Pitch is swung on, foul tipped into the mitt of Clark. That fastball at 93 is ahead 0-2. Norris walked and scored in the first inning. It was Jan Santi's ball that was the error. It was the wind, the pitch, and a slider popped foul and out of play, first base side. He might still get 1 RBI on that, I would think.
I think 1. There was only 1 out in the inning. You can't assume a double play. Although with the bases loaded, who knows if you can assume I'm sure you can't assume the force out at home.
I think that makes 4 runs earned and 2 unearned. Pitch is in tight. It is 1-2. 3 had already scored. It would have been the second out. A 4th run scored, not assuming a double play. And then the next hitter made the 3rd out. It was the wind, the 1-2, and a fastball just missed down and away. Peguero started to walk off. Thought that he had strike 3. Wonder if somebody's going to get tossed today.
A day to maybe hit the showers early. Long road trip to Long Island tomorrow morning. Any word on when the bus is leaving?
Early, 8. Pitch, slider, pop foul, and back.
So are we talking over, under, 4 hours of sleep for you tonight once you get home, and then have to pack and all that, deal with the kids?
Push. It's a push.
A push at 4?
Yeah.
How about over, under 4 on the bus?
Hopefully an over. Depends on how Don is on those breaks.
Yeah.
Another 2-2. And a foul down the right field side and out of play. How about you, Michael? How much are you going to get?
I am hoping that it's going to be over 4. I think I promise you it'll be double that at least. Trying to get in the 9.5, 10 range.
Oh man.
Well, I mean, I'm not going on the trip tomorrow, but I mean, I'll be here, getting some stuff done, but might as well sleep in if I have the chance.
It was the wind, the pitch, and it misses down and in, now full.
Well, ideally, a midnight to 10 a.m. shift. Sleep would be nice.
And then you can demand the most of yourself during the waking hours.
Sure.
Be well rested.
Believe me, I have to be well rested to be able to stay awake for some of the night games. Otherwise, I'd fall asleep in the 6th inning.
Here's a pop-up. Straight up, Peguero pointing. Clark is under it. He's calling, and Cuevas comes in. And right in between Peguero and Clark, had the much better angle. That wind was pushing it back toward the mound. Clark at the end might have been saying, no, telling Cuevas to take it, and he was there.
I think he might have been, because I don't think he was saying ball or mine, because that really was never his ball. He would have had to drift back on it. Just an uncomfortable play for a catcher there. Cuevas, the guy coming in.
A 1 down. Here is Kubica, who struck out his first time. Pregame winds and deals. Fastball a little high. Well, you'll be producing Dan's show tomorrow.
Yep.
It's a fun time. I'm sure he'll have... Oh, my. There's a lot to discuss with that team, isn't there?
I don't know what's left other than, a lot of losses piling up.
It's the 1-0. And a bouncing ball right side. It's Casilla ranging to his left. Gets a high hop and a short toss over to Burgess. 2 up, 2 down.
It'll be a full day here tomorrow, though. I got Dan's show to do. I got to get you the game notes before the game and a few other operation stuff to take care of with WOYK. It'll be a productive day.
Yeah. You'll get more done than I will. I'll be packed in like a sardine on the bus. Here's Phipps, who walked to force in a run in the first inning. First pitch, it is in the dirt. So yeah, tomorrow it's a 6:35 first pitch at Long Island. We will be on at 6:30. So very brief pregame right after the Baltimore baseball show from 6 to 6:30. Pregame the pitch, slider called strike. A very popular Baltimore baseball show. They did have a bright spot yesterday. Mark Trumbo hit a first inning grand slam and they won. It was the 1-1 and a slider breaks wide.
I'm going to be catching a nose game on Tuesday.
Are you really?
Yeah, a night game down in Baltimore. Haven't been to Camden Yards in a while, so I'm excited about that.
Who's the opponent?
Playing the Mariners.
Nice. There's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Good one from Pregame down low.
I originally had that series circled on my calendar, metaphorically. I don't have a printed out Orioles schedule to circle. But I was eyeing that up because of Ross Detweiler being picked up by the Mariners organization. Was hoping that something might go his way and he'd get called up and be in the area again.
2-2. Swinging a foul out of play to the right. You could walk up and wave to Dan.
I could do that.
Well, Ross has a chance. His last 2 starts at AAA were quality starts. Got a win last time. He's in the 6th inning range. 2 runs allowed in both. Downtown here in front of the booth, he's got no chance as Phipps backs out. Downtown hanging with us.
He was eyeing up the Ritas.
Pregame the pitch. And a slider just outside. That was close. Again, he was walking off, hoping to see that hand get pulled back for the strike 3 call. Pregame at 26 pitches. Here's the payoff. Swing and a miss. He strikes him out and works a scoreless inning in the second. 1-2-3, in fact. Pop-up, ground out, strikeout. We go to the bottom of the second inning this afternoon. Skeeters 6, Revs nothing.
This is Doug Sprinkle, sales manager at York Mitsubishi, and I'm here to introduce the biggest nothing you've ever heard of. It's time for Nada Zip Zilch. That's what you pay in finance charges over 72 months on some of our most popular Mitsubishis, like the amazing all-new Eclipse Cross, the 7-passenger Outlander, and the ever-popular Outlander Sport. And to top that off, have a worry-free summer in your new Mitsubishi with no payments for 90 days. Gas prices got you down? Check out the high-tech, best-selling Outlander PHEV plug-in hybrid, rated at an amazing 74 miles per gallon equivalent for the 40-plus mile per gallon Mirage. It's like a go-kart on steroids for only $11,990. Big savings, top dollar for all trade-ins, and we want to approve everyone for credit. That means you too. More stuff for less money and almost twice the warranty of the competition. It's only at York Mitsubishi, around the corner of Route 30 and Roosevelt Avenue, York, where Mitsubishi's always cost less. Come check us out at YorkMitsubishi.com.
Since 1934, PSECU has given Pennsylvanians financial opportunities to live a better life. We are a credit union who offers valuable free and low-fee financial products, broad lending options, and outstanding money management for financing life. At PSECU, we are proud of who we are and committed to who we serve because our Pennsylvania roots run deep. We are banking on a difference. Visit psccu.com to join us. This credit union is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration. Equal Opportunity Lender.
You're on the home of the Atlantic League champion York Revolution. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Six 0 Sugarland as we go to the bottom of the second today. Revs have all day to try to build a comeback. Jared Mitchell will lead things off. Mitchell Cuevas, Burgess here against Ben Grissett, who we see for the first time this year. He deals. And overhand, missing down and away. 85 on that, like we said last inning. Crafty lefty, little cut on that fastball. Don't expect him to light up the gun. He deals. Mitchell shows bunt, takes a strike. Also at 85. Grissett went to St. Mary's College in California. Now deals. Breaking ball low and away. 2-1 to Mitchell. He's hitting at 254. 4 homers. 18 knocked in. Third in the league in runs with 34. Tied for second in walks with 31. Just one behind Norris. Here's the 2-1. And a fastball over for a strike. 2-2. Grissett in his last start went just 3 innings, 5 runs, only 1 earned, but lost 5-0 at Long Island. Deals and paints the outside corner, a cutter for strike 3. First strikeout of the day for him, and 1 down here in the bottom of the second.
Not easy to have to go up there and hit if you're Jared Mitchell against a lefty who has only given up 2 hits to left-handed batters all year. And then you think about you're down 6-0, and it's going to take a big inning probably to get back in this, but it starts with stringing a couple guys together on base, and right now the Revs just not getting to Grissett.
Here's Cuevas, who takes up high. Cuevas has slipped to 199. 2 home runs, 16 knocked in. And Grissett, the 1-0. And a swing and a pop fly to right. Barrett Barnes will drift toward the line and wait, and makes a one-hand grab, 2 away. Grissett coming in, lefties 2 for 24 against him. The righties have hit 348 with 4 home runs. He started early in the year, then a couple of outings in relief. After returning from the DL, he was on the disabled list for just over 3 weeks. Got off to a great start this year. 5 scoreless innings in his first start. Here's Burgess, who takes high. Now Burgess in this series 3 for 4 off lefties with a home run. Tied for 3rd in the league with 8 home runs. A 3-run shot Friday night was big in the win. And he looks at a strike here at the knees, 1-1. He's hitting at 211 for the year. 6-0 Sugarland here in the bottom of the second inning. And Grissett the pitch. Curveball a little high. Grissett had not started since 2016. Been in relief since then exclusively. Here's the 2-1. And a line drive to right center, base hit for Burgess again. And Barnes is going to let it go to the wall as he chases it up the gap. Burgess will cruise into second with a double. Another hit. He is heated up this weekend. Now 4 for 5 against lefties in this series. And just the 3rd hit by a lefty in 26 at-bats against Grissett this season.
Burgess is locked in right now. I'm sure he's up there at the plate thinking that he can hit anybody, any pitch, in any count really. And he's just been able to drive the ball. It's his third extra base hit this series.
Revs with their first hit of the day. Here's Tyler Clark. Comes in at 198, 5 homers. First pitch, breaking ball, it's a called strike. He's around the 250s, though, ever since May 24th. And against lefties, hitting 360 with 3 of his 5 home runs.
When you look at what Michael Burgess has done this year against lefties, 9 for 43 now against lefties, but 4 hits this series. It's almost half of his hits against lefties.
Oh, here's a shot off Grissett. He'll chase it back toward the second baseman, and Walsh just getting to it by the time Clark crosses first. It's an infield hit. A line drive that hit Grissett in the legs, rolled behind the mound. He moved okay going after it. It's an infield hit for Clark, first and third for Nick King. And after watching from the dugout, Max Mahaffey, their athletic trainer, will jog out and check on him. It's a shot right back off the legs. Another hit for Clark. Pete Cavilla will stroll out as well. Grissett, who was on the DL for 22 days, returning earlier this month, throws a warm-up, and he'll take another one. And he says he's good. So Nick King will face him, first and third, 2 outs. King 0 for 2 in his first appearance Friday night. Today is his first start. He gets the start at short, Dent a day off. Revs down 6-0 in the second, trying to piece something together with 2 outs and get on the board. And Grissett was a starter earlier in his career. Here's the first pitch, and a swing and a miss. King not looking to walk. Took a big hack at that first one.
An RBI opportunity right here for Nick in his first start, and it's good to see him in the lineup get Den a day off.
The 0-1, and a fastball, little low, good eye. Grissett did get that one up there at 89. Last year at Double-A Binghamton, Grissett was 4-1 with a 2.39 ERA in relief. The Mets system, here's the pitch, and it's down and in. King holds off. Nick King over earlier this week from the Pecos League, where he was playing very well. He's known as a very good defender. They've been in the Pirates system, drafted out of University of Georgia. 2-1, and a foul tip back to the netting.
It's a good hack right there from Nick. He's aggressive. Knows he has a chance to bring home a run or two.
24-year-old from Palm Springs, California. Open stance from the right. Got a big sleeve on his right arm for throwing. The 2-2. Swinging a ground ball, rolled to third, right to Kubica, though. He's got it, throws it across, and the inning over. King hustling down the line and got within a step of it. Revs a 2-out threat, but they leave both after a pair of hits. We go to the third inning. Sugar Land on top today. A 6-0 score.
Rutgers has all your favorite seafood options. Tavern battered cod sandwich, crispy fried shrimp with bada bing dipping sauce, flavorful crab and corn chowder, just to name a few. Rutgers Seafood. One try and you'll be hooked. Rutgers. Why go anywhere else for seafood?
Feelings of stress, sadness, or anxiousness can be signs of depression or other mental health issues that should be addressed. If life seems too difficult to manage, Presley Ridge can help. Call Presley Ridge today, and our team of compassionate mental health professionals will help you enjoy your life again. Presley Ridge offers mental health services for all ages in York and Harrisburg. Make an appointment today. Call 717-845-6624 or visit presleyridge.org/Presley www.drugstore.org/outpatient. Feelings of stress, sadness, or anxiousness can be signs of depression or other mental health issues that should be addressed. If life seems too difficult to manage, Presley Ridge can help. Call Presley Ridge today, and our team of compassionate mental health professionals will help you enjoy your life again. Presley Ridge offers mental health services for all ages in York and Harrisburg. Make an appointment today. Call 717-845-6624 or visit presleyridge.org/outpatient.
Rutter's Hot Dog Extravaganza is here. Rutter's Kunzler hot dogs and brand new corn dogs are only 2 for $2. Our amazing Kunzler bacon wrapped cheddar dogs and sausages are only 2 for $4. Earn 2 cents on fuel for every deal purchased. Must scan rewards card. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
This is Luke Westfall. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Head to the third inning, 6-0. Sugarland leads. Barrett Barnes will lead off. Highland Piguero has gone an inning and 2/3. He is still in the game. He went 2 innings here on Thursday night. And I don't know that it's necessarily them trying to make him a long man, but occasionally they've had to ask guys to go multiple innings with this recent stretch. First pitch to Barnes is a little bit high, a slider. Drove in 2 on a single to center field in the first inning. Did get confirmation that 2 of those first inning runs unearned. 1-0, and there's a slider for a strike. Piguero has allowed 1 hit thus far, had a 1-2-3 second inning. Now Watkins and deals and misses down and in. And 2 innings on Thursday night, the first time this year that he's gone that long. He'll try to go, it looks like, at least 2 2/3 today. It's the 2-1. Slider called strike, inner edge. Mace did say pregame that they pretty much have their entire bullpen today, except maybe Treese, who was in for a bit last night. There's the 2-2, swinging a foul back over the roof. Revs will now, looks like, send Devin Watts to the bullpen, so we'll likely see him for a second straight day. Skeeters 6 runs on only 3 hits, took advantage of 4 walks in the first inning. Now the 2-2 again, and a fastball just missed away, and Piguero again was marching off the mound thinking he had it, and then he turned his back on home plate and walked away, the frustration seeping in a little bit again.
Well, no help from Warren Nicholson today, and you'd think that pitch would get a call at least once in a while.
Now that was a dart right around the black, but didn't get it. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Now he's got him on a slider on 3-2, and Piguero with his 3rd strikeout.
Well, that was personal right there. I mean, Piguero wanted that punch out. He came with it, maybe his best slider of the afternoon right there.
No one down. He's set down 5 in a row. Here's Courtney Hawkins, who walked and scored in the first. Watts just playing catch right now. They won't overextend anybody. Piguero at 34 pitches. He deals and misses down and away. Former Arizona Diamondback, about a decade ago, early in his career. A lot of time at AAA, Mexico, American Association. The pitch, it is in the dirt, 2-0. Name pronounced Highland. His son is named Jalen. Piguero, native of Azua, Dominican Republic, now makes his home in Greensboro, North Carolina. Hawkins has to wipe down the shades, which were either fogging up or had a smudge.
He was 15 years old when Matt Vogel was born. The guy who started today.
Pregame, one of the vets. He fires. Swing and a miss. A 2-0 slider, and Hawkins was sitting dead red.
Ricardo Gomez was 18. He might have been in pro ball already.
Yeah.
When Vogel was born.
Pregame, 37 years old. Here's the 2-1. And a slider fouled back up onto the roof. He's using that slider very effectively. Great command of it here in this outing. Skeeters a 6-0 lead. They will fly home tomorrow. Lancaster might be on their flight. Who knows? Let's see who they'll play for the next week. There's the wind, the 2-2, and a foul tip back to the netting. 6 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for Sugar Land. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error on York.
Can you imagine if 2 full baseball teams were on the same flight?
Yeah, we've done it with Sugar Land on ours coming home a couple times. Pregame deals. Fastball misses up and away. 3-2.
Was that when you guys played together against each other in the playoffs, going back and forth?
Actually, I think that was one of the times. I think there was at least another time where we were coming home. They were going to Southern Maryland. We both flew into Baltimore together. Pregame nods yes, but it took too long. Hawkins asked for time. So if you haven't gotten enough of them after playing for a week, you get to fly together.
Sure. Get to know each other.
Pitch here is right there. Strike 3 called. Pregame with 3 straight strikeouts, 4 total. Hawkins has some verbiage before heading off to the dugout, but Pregame with a perfect pitch at the knees.
Highland's been great since coming in. He allowed all 3 inherited runners to score in the first inning. There was an error in that inning, but he's been excellent, really just helping weather the storm in the second and third.
And now Anthony Jansanti, who did pick up 1 RBI reaching on the air in the first inning. He swings and misses, lunging at a slider. And that's a good pitch to start him off. He's an ambush, early count, try to yank a fastball hitter. Pregame and Clark smart with it there. There's the 0-1. And a slider, he reaches and loops it. King will hustle out into shallow left center, and it lands just in front of Gillies. King will pick up and toss in. Jansanti bloops it into no man's land right between the two, both going hard after it. And it's a 2-out bloop base hit, ends the streak of 6 in a row retired.
That's tough because as a shortstop, King, you're going out there trying to go as far as you can, but you don't want to run into either of the outfielders, and you can't see them ranging back. And then Gillies coming in. You don't want to dive into a guy, and that ball just falls.
Yeah, you always worry about it a little bit more, I think, when it's the first time that they're playing together. That chemistry. I was holding my breath a little bit, but here's Alvaro Rondon, who takes a little high. Rondon line to right his first time. He's been one of their best hitters in June, hitting .323. Skeeters have gone 12-9 this month. Only New Britain better at 14-8. Now a move to first, and they had Jansanti caught, and Burgess runs him down and tags him out, chasing him almost the whole way to second. It'll be a caught stealing 1-3, and Pregame erases him to finish 2 2/3 scoreless out of the Revs' pen. No runs, 1 hit, none left. We go to the bottom of the third, still 6-0 Sugar Land.
Tired of hearing that music? Especially when you already have that same ice cream in your freezer. Try something new and amazing with tropical shaved ice. On Monday morning after the big company event, do you want the buzz down the hall to be, how awesome was this year's company picnic? Then crush boredom and bring on Kona Ice with over 32,000 flavor combinations. This is not your typical lackluster snow cone. Their flavors are bold and delicious. Fuzzy Navel, Margarita, Blue Hawaiian. Kona Ice is dairy-free, gluten-free, and they even offer flavors that are sugar and dye-free. No party is too big or too small, they can serve up to 1,000 people per hour. They have party packages starting as low as $100. To add more excitement to your next event, find them online.
At Donegal, we understand there are many costs associated with running a business. That's why Donegal works with you to provide quality insurance products based on your business needs, and why we deliver that insurance at a price to fit your budget. Call your local independent Donegal agent today and discover why, when it comes to insurance for your business, Donegal is a better value. Contact Coatman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Coatman. Coatman Kunkel Insurance.
Local sports on WOYK are brought to you by Maple Donuts, a family tradition since 1946.
The Baltimore Baseball Show with Dan Connolly, right here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Baltimore Baseball Show tomorrow at 6, so we will be on at 6:30 for the 6:35 first pitch. Revs going to Long Island for 4, all at 6:35. We'll be on at 6:15 the other 3 nights. Back home next weekend. Somerset for 4 in 3 days, and then Sugarland for 3 after an off day Monday, July 2nd. That includes July 4 York. Tickets at YorkRevolution.com. It's 6-0 Skeeters here as we start the third. Tyson Gillies leads off. First pitch, breaking ball sits high. Gillies, a Skeeter briefly a couple years ago, got hurt though. Homered against his former team last night against Submariner Ben Rowan. There's the pitch, and he pokes it off the end of the bat, up the middle, it'll get through. Walsh from second laid out, but it's into center field. Over to the right of second base. Gillies with his 4th hit with York. Might have broken the bat, but he's on base.
And another lefty with a hit off Grissett. It's just a good approach from Tyson there. Doing a job as the leadoff man, and now maybe the Revs can get a few on after him.
That is their 3rd hit. Here's Travis Witherspoon, who reached on an error in the first. Watts has stopped throwing, but he might be ready and just waiting to come in. Peguero, a nice job. First pitch is in the dirt. Knocked down by Derek Norris. On our WellSpan Sports Medicine injury report today, Dominic Severino is due to get some rib work done today. Try to get him back quickly. Jay Goss, I believe tomorrow they are examining that elbow again. Pitch to Spoon is a called strike, outside corner. He is officially on the DL. Zach Wilson DL'd with the groin. They're going to sit him for 2 full weeks and then reevaluate. Luke Westfall got back last night, said he felt great again today, so that's great news. The 1-1, and a breaking ball down and away misses. Melky Mesa has been touch and go with the quad, but he's DHing today. Ryan Dent given a day off, battling a hip flexor. They'll give him a day. He's been playing through it though. And Alexi on deck, been playing through a groin strain. Pitch to Spoon, a swing and a miss.
You miss anything?
I was going to ask you. I don't know.
I was keeping track. I think he covered them all.
Do you have like a headache or anything?
Not today.
No?
Not today. I'm good.
Quentin, I don't know, after that big win last night.
Oh, he's out here. We could ask him between innings.
And the spotted blur. Pitch to Spoon, a called 3rd strike, and he knew it. Grissett came back with fastball in there and locked him up, 1 away.
You all good health-wise? Any lingering issues day to day?
Well, I'll be honest, my hip is a little sore.
Started with well, so it's not good.
I mean, I am 33 years old now.
You're acting like you're 50. No, but I'm with you. Sometimes my back hurts, and
Here's Alexi who takes low.
And I feel like a 70-year-old man when I'm 23.
Even with that high-tech pillow in here that you sit on?
I wasn't going with the pillow today because it's just a little humid and hot, and the pillow would just be too uncomfortable to deal with. So I'm good today, but when I need it, the pillow's huge in here in the booth.
Pitch is ripped past the glove of Grissett and up the middle. Alexi tosses the bat away, heads to first as he smokes a base hit to center. Gillies up to second. Revs with first and second, 1 out.
Another sharply hit ball. Alexi's had a nice series. 2 hits last night. And, I mean, right now it's all about just keeping it going. The Revs have the same amount of hits as the Skeeters, but the walks are what killed Vogel in that first inning, and that's why Sugar Land is a 6th spot on the board.
6-0. Revs trying to at least cut into some of that as Melky Mesa digs in, hit into a double play in the first. A couple looks back, first pitch, breaking ball, missed outside. Rev it up, the sound effect. There's the stretch from Grissett. The 1-0. And he locates outside corner, a called strike.
If the Revs can get a couple on the board this inning, that's going to change this game completely. Then you're looking at 6-2, I mean maybe 6-3 if we're getting ahead of ourselves, and it's still only the bottom of the 3rd inning.
There's the 1-1. Swinging a well-hit ball straight away center. Jansanti going back. It carries deep. It's over his head and off the baggie. Gillies waited. Oh, man, they're only going to get a single on it as the throw is relayed home and the bases are loaded. He waited to see if it was going to be caught. He was hung out around second base. They had to hold him at third then, and Casilla had to stop at second. The chain reaction, Melky had to stop at first after hitting it on the fly halfway up the fence in dead center. It's a single, but it was crushed, and pitching coach Corey Dommel is going to pay a visit.
That's unfortunate because Tyson's probably has to be halfway on that ball. I mean, he's got good enough speed that he can get back to second and maybe even still tag on that if he's at least a few steps off, maybe not halfway. But considering that the Revs aren't really playing for one run right now, they're playing to string a few together, you got to be halfway there, because tagging up and just getting to third there, which if that ball would have been the second out, it really doesn't do much for you. So if Gillies is halfway, he scores, Casilla's on third, and Melky's probably on second, and then you keep the line moving. The infield probably still plays back for Mitchell, but makes it a little easier for him knowing they're going to concede a run.
Almost makes you wonder if somebody faked him somehow.
Yeah.
Now they're loaded with 1 out. Here's Jared Mitchell. First pitch, he swings and misses. I don't know if I've ever seen a single off the center field fence. Yeah. Left field and right field, yes.
Well, Jansanti was pretty convincing the way he was going back. He still thought he had a play. Maybe one of the middle infielders said, hey, back right here.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Glove fake from the third baseman, who knows.
On the 0-1, and it misses down low. We're like on Major League 2 when the runner went by and said, was it Willie Mays Hayes? I got it, and the infielder let it drop.
That's funny. Earlier today I was thinking about Major League because Juice Gums, the third base coach of the Skeeters, feels like he should be in that movie.
Pitch is swung on, popped up. At third, Kubica going back. Rondon from short is out, and it lands just foul. As Rondon pulled the glove back, he was still trying to sprint another step or two before attempting to make a play and never could. Just landed foul. He had a little bit better angle than the third baseman there. That single off the wall, again, the wind is blowing out, and Jansanti might have truly thought he had a chance, but it just kept going. So now Mitchell trying to get the Revs on the board. Good to see Mesa, though, with that sore leg, be able to plant and torque and drive off the swing like that. Hit it 400 feet. Pitch is just outside.
400-foot single.
Yeah. That was almost a Perfect pitch there from Grissett, but it is 2-2. Struck out Mitchell looking on a cutter the first time, which was right on that corner. A long look in here, and now Mitchell will ask for time and get it. Revs down 6-0 in the third, trying to cut into it. Grissett, who peaked at high A with the Rays, double A with the Mets. He deals. Breaking ball, bounce right side, it's through. Base hit, Gillies is in. Here comes Casilla. Throw will go into second. Mesa heads to third. And Jared Mitchell with a 2-run single through the right side of the infield. Revs are on the board. They do get Gillies home and one more. And it's 6-2, and it's still early.
Did we get a bad scouting report on the numbers with Grissett against lefties? Because all three left-handed hitters in the Revs lineup today have hits. You look at Mitchell right there, taking one to the pull side. Gillies stayed up the middle earlier, and then Burgess last inning went to the right center gap. It's been a successful approach for these lefties of the Revs, and they got to be doing some extra work. I don't know, studying some film, looking at numbers, because they're on Grissett today.
So now first and third, and Jose Cuevas digs in. 6-2. Cuevas a fly out to right his first time, and Grissett will step off. Revs are now out hitting the Skeeters 6-4. 4 hits this inning. And the lefty ready. First pitch, swing, and he skies it. Right center field. Mesa will tag. The right fielder Barnes is over. Gloves it, and he'll only chuck it into second base. Sac fly, Mesa scores easily. Jose Cuevas brings him home, and the Revs have cut the deficit in half. It's 6-3.
Mesa didn't look great running home there. It took a little bit extra time to get off that plant leg on the bag and looked a little ginger walking into the dugout, but at least he didn't have to run full speed the whole time to throw in into second. And to cut this lead in half of the Skeeters have, that's huge. Only in the third inning, and right now the job that Highland Peguero's done is even more important because it's only a 3-run game.
Here's Michael Burgess. Mitchell at first, 2 outs. Barnes in right, motioning the center fielder Jan Santi over to come play the pull side. And Grissett throws over to first. A younger outfielder might have tried to show off the arm and throw home there, and then you'd have Mitchell at second as well, but Barnes, a veteran, didn't think he could get him and keeps Mitchell at first base. Here's the first pitch. Swinging a ground ball right side. That'll get through. Base hit for Burgess. Another one. Mitchell hustling to third base. It's first and third for Tyler Clark. Burgess 2 for 2. And he's 5 for 6 against lefties in this series. Hit that one right through the hole.
Locked in. And I think I mentioned at some point at the beginning of this homestand, Darryl, that Mike really hasn't had a stretch this year where he's just been the guy in the lineup, where for a full week or so it's been him just crushing opposing pitching, and this could be the start of it here, this Sugarland series. 3 extra base hits, 5 hits total, or 6 hits total in the series. Pretty impressive what Mike's doing.
And now Tyler Clark digs in. Infield single off Grissett's leg last inning. First and third. And the pitch. Swing and a foul tip to the backstop. He was trying to get one up and tie it up.
Well, they're on Grissett here. That's a great sign to see.
Now 6-3. They have made some real headway. And looking for more. Here's the stretch. The 0-1. And a breaking ball just missed. Clark lays off. Revs now with 7 hits, 5 this inning. Here's the stretch from the lefty. The 1-1. And a fastball up and away. Good eye from Tyler. Tying run at the plate. It was a 6-run first inning for Sugarland. Peguero came in before the first was over. He's gone 2 2/3 scoreless, and now the Revs trying to make up the difference. The pitch, it's high again, and it's called a strike. That's the same spot And rather than 3-1, it's now 2-2. Not great.
Whole lot of bat changes right there. And you're right, a similar pitch, similar spot. Yet one's called one thing, the other something else, and consistency is the key.
Some guys in the Revs dugout making the flipping the coin motion. The pitch, breaking ball, chopped foul, third base side. That's unbelievable. It was the exact same pitch.
Off topic, but Clark's wearing the high socks again. Doesn't it look like he lost 5 pounds this week? I'm telling you, there's a correlation between wearing the high socks and looking a little bit more slim.
Maybe it's all the sweating and the catching gear too.
He's done a lot of that.
Pitch to him, way high and outside. Should have been ball 4. It's 3-2 though now, and Burgess will have a head start from first base.
Clark can get a pitch in the middle of the zone here, find the gap. That's 2 runs. They're going to get some bullpen action up the Skeeters.
Here's the stretch from Grissett. The 3-2, way high, and Clark is on base. Ball 4. Bases loaded, and Nick King coming to the plate. What a response.
Now, if Sugar Land had put that 6-run rally together in maybe the 6th inning, 5th, 6th inning, well, then it's a little bit more deflating, and you're thinking, all right, can we even put a rally together? But it was so early. I mean, top of the 1st inning. No game's over in the top of the 1st. I don't care who you're playing, how your team looks. No game's ever over that early, and the Revs making sure that this thing doesn't end anytime soon. They're looking to not just tie it up, maybe even take the lead in this game.
Well, they already used their mound visit this inning. That was a visit from Norris for signs with a runner at second. Polo took the time to settle down Nick King and chat with him. And they're loaded. First pitch, way high and outside. Skeeters have Simone Castro throwing in their bullpen. Made his debut the other night. King a ground out to third his first time. Grissett has gotten wild. Here's the stretch, the 1-0. And a swing and a liner at second, right at Colin Walsh. And the inning is over. Put a good swing on it and hit it hard, but right at him. The Revs cut the deficit in half, though. They scored 3 times in the third on 5 hits. And we'll go to the 4th. Michael with the play-by-play. It's the Skeeters 6, the Revs 3.
Brimmer has been York's license and notary specialist since 1969. An approved online messenger for PennDOT, it offers registration and driver's license renewals, online title transfers, money orders, and notary service, all with a friendly staff that guarantees your satisfaction. For more information on Brimmer's convenient hours and fast service, call 717-699-1060 in York or visit them on the web at brimmers.com. Brimmer Fast Licensing and Notary Service with 4 convenient locations in York and Lancaster.
Shipley Energy is more than just an energy company. We're a family tradition. Our goal is to provide outstanding customer service and to make energy easy for you. From heating oil and propane to natural gas and electricity, our team can help. We also offer HVAC services, installation, maintenance, and service plans to keep your home safe and comfortable. In addition, our team can improve the quality of water in your home. To learn more, visit ShipleyEnergy.com or call 855-5-SHIPLEY. We make energy easy.
You trust AAA to work at every mile. But AAA doesn't just cover your car. They can also cover your home. AAA Home Insurance protects every square foot. And when you add AAA Home Insurance to AAA Auto Insurance, you get more protection and more savings. Insurance that's not just insurance. Talk to your local AAA insurance agent today or visit AAA.com to learn more about AAA Home Insurance.
This is Paul Fletcher. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Not so fast, Sugar Land. The 6-run lead has been erased to 3 runs. Revs cut the deficit in half in the bottom of the 3rd inning. A 3 spot on 5 hits
off Ben Grissett, the starter for the Skeeters. 6-3 Sugar Land, top of the 4th inning. Highland Piguero stays in for York, and now time is called before the start of the inning. Baseball from the Skeeters bullpen was in left field. Simone Castro is getting loose for the Skeeters. Ben Grissett got through the 3rd inning, but he's allowed 7 runs on 3 hits, all scoring in the 3rd. Now Piguero looking to keep it a 3-run game. He misses way inside and low to the 9-hitter Alvaro Rondon, the shortstop. Rondon has played in and started all 3 games of this series. 0 for 1 tonight with a line out to right field. Piguero got the final 2 outs of the 1st inning. He's been ever since. He misses way inside again. That one even closer to the feet of Rondon. And the count is 2-0. Piguero's previous long outing on the season was 2 innings on June 21st against the Road Warriors just a few days ago. Well, today he's already gone 2 2/3, working to maybe go 3 2/3 if he can get through this full inning. 6-3 Sugar Land, top 4. Pitch from Highland, the 2-0 is on the outside corner for a strike, and Rondon is shaking his head from the left-handed batter's box. He looked back at Warren Nicholson. He didn't like the call. 2-1 the count. Revs out hitting the Skeeters by 3 in this one, but they trail by 3. Now the 2-1 pitch is off the plate, 3-1. Fastball there from Highland that missed. The 37-year-old vet can still throw it. He's been excellent weathering the storm for the Revs here today. Here comes the 3-1 from the righty. Fastball swung on and missed. Rondon gassed on the pitch, 89 on the gun. Rondon comes in hitting .282, no homers, 16 RBI. 9-1-2 in the inning for Sugar Land. After Rondon, it's back to the top, Walsh and Chavez. The 3-2 coming from Highland. Swung on and lined foul out of play down the left field line. Over the snack stands out on the left field concourse and out of play. So we'll do the 3-2 at least once more. No outs in the inning. Rondon is the leadoff hitter in the frame. Sugar Land got all 6 of their runs in the 1st. None since. Here's the 3-2 once more. Line drive out to second. Casillas snares it, reaching down. He'll throw to first anyway. Well, they did not signal a line out, so looks like Casillas trapped it on the ground, going to a knee. 4-3 on the putout officially. Good job by Piguero in that AB, coming back from 3-1, getting Rondon. A couple competitive pitches there with 2 strikes. Back to the top of the order. Here's the K-man, Colin Walsh. Walsh has walked and singled home a run tonight. He's also scored a run. Walked 3 times in last night's ball game, so he's been on base safely 5 times, 4 via a free pass. Here's the first pitch to the left-handed hitter. That's low and away, 1-0. Skeeters doubling up the Revs 6-3, but it was a lot uglier than that. It was 6-0 after just a half inning in this one. The Revs got 3 runs back in the 3rd. Jared Mitchell, a 2-run single. Another run coming home on Cuevas' sac fly as Piguero misses just off the plate with a pitch there, 2-0. Not sure where that one was, but Warren Nicholson thought it was a little off the plate. The strike zone's been inconsistent. It's been pretty small as well. Clark gives the sign to Piguero, who's officially gone 3 innings in this game. And the pitch, slider misses off the plate. Is that one maybe a little bit more off the plate than the pitch before that, but one of those probably should have been called a strike. It's been a really, really small strike zone this afternoon for Nicholson. 1 out in the inning, no one on. Here's the pitch to Walsh. Fastball misses low and in, and that's ball 4. So Piguero loses Walsh, and you really can't blame him much. A couple pitches he was squeezed on in the AB. So Walsh, his 5th walk of the series. He's only played in 2 games, mind you, and he's been on 6 total times. Talk about setting the table at the top of the order. Well, here's Matt Chavez, the first baseman. He's played in and started all 3 games this series. Doubled and scored a run in the 6-run first. Struck out swinging to end that inning. He batted twice in the first. The Skeeters sent 11 to the plate in that inning. First pitch to Chavez, fastball high in the zone. It's 1-0. 6-3 lead for Sugar Land. 1 out, man on first. Revs offense competitive in the third inning against Grissett. That may be his last inning. See who comes out for the Skeeters in the fourth. But for now, Pregame looking to retire the side in the fourth. He has the first out of the inning, looking for the other two. The 1-0. Slider fouled off the hands. Chavez sends it into the right field seats in foul territory. You got to wonder what the score would be if Jose Cuevas didn't make that error out at third base in the inning. Now, you can't put that inning on Cuevas at all. I mean, it was already 3-0 when that ball was hit out to him. But with 1 out, there's a chance he could have turned 2, or at least gotten the lead runner at home. Pregame looks at first, the pitch. Line drive, right center field. Spoon had him played out there. On the run, he makes the grab over his head. Retreating to first base is Walsh. That's a loud out number 2 here in the fourth. Once again, the outfield defense for the Revs paying dividends. Spoon had the scouting report to play Chavez to right center. And he made a nice running grab. So a line out for Chavez, who's hit the ball hard in the series. And 2 hits last night, a double today. That brings up the 3-hitter Derek Norris. He's caught all 3 games of this series for Sugar Land. He's an Iron Man behind the dish. Move to first, and diving back safely is Walsh. 2 outs in the inning, man on. 6-3 lead for Sugar Land. This is the rubber match of the series between the two teams. Revs got the opener. Sugar Land got the middle game last night. Now Pregame comes set on the hill. And the pitch. Slider misses inside. It's 1-0 on Norris. If Norris were to reach here, Kyle Kubitza will get a shot. Norris walked and scored a run in the first, popped out to third in the second. Led off game 1 of this series, has been in the 3-hole these past 2 days. The 1-0 pitch. Hard hit ground ball foul down the third base line. And it's 1-1. 6-3 Sugar Land top 4. Revs offense, especially the left-handed hitters in the lineup, have had success against Ben Grissett, the starter for Sugar Land. Michael Burgess, a 2-hit day, a single and a double. Mitchell's brought in 2. Cuevas brought in the other right-handed hitter, but Cuevas also having some success today, had a sac fly. 2 outs in the inning, man on first. The 1-1 pitch from Pregame. Popped up foul out of play, first base side. It's 1-2. Revs go to Long Island tomorrow for a 4-game series up in Central Islip. A quick 4-game road trip, then back home for a 4-game series against Somerset. A day off after that series, then 3 against Sugar Land at home. Then 3 in Southern Maryland, then the All-Star break. 1-2 the count on Norris. Here's the pitch from Highland. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Elevated cheese right there from Highland, and the inning ends. Highland Pregame, 3 2/3 innings out of the bullpen, weathering the storm for the Revs today. And after 3.5, it's 6-3 Sugar Land. We'll see what the Revs can do at the plate in the bottom of the fourth.
Have you heard? Royal Farms has gotten the national culinary recognition it deserves. Yeah, in Food and Wine magazine's article, 10 gas station foods across the country that are worth the detour, they put Royal Farms' world-famous chicken at the top of the list. Well, we've always known that Royal Farms has the best fried chicken, but now the whole world knows. So hurry into a Royal Farms to pick up some of their nationally recognized world-famous chicken before the world beats a path to their door. Royal Farms, real fresh, real fast.
If you own a tractor-trailer business, then you know the cost of having your rig down instead of on the road. Rivers Truck Center in Red Lion keeps your trucks on the road by providing a one-stop shop for all your trucking needs. Rivers handles full-service truck sales and carries a full line of parts for all makes and models, has their own full-service collision center, and provides 24-hour emergency towing and roadside assistance. Check out riverstruck.com for more info. There's a reason Rivers Truck Center has been in business for over 40 years. They really do care.
It is easy being green. In York County, trash is safely managed at a waste-to-energy facility where it is used as fuel to produce electricity. The electricity generated from trash is enough to power 20,000 homes. That's enough to light the entire city of York. Learn more at www.ycswa.com. Garbage is power.
This is Ryan Dent. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, first in York, first in sports.
Revs shortstop Ryan Dent bringing us back there from the commercial break. Ryan getting a day off today in favor of the youngster Nick King out at shortstop. 6-3 lead for the Sugarland Skeeters, bottom of the fourth inning. Well, Nick getting a start at short, his first start of the season. Another young guy in the game for the Revs. Well, he took the mound to start. That was Matt Vogel. Lasted just a third of an inning, walked 4 and gave up 6 runs, 4 of them earned. Highland Piguero, though, the man that came out of the pen to just calm things down, did that and then some. 3 2/3 shutout innings out of the bullpen. 1 2/3 innings longer than his previous long outing of the season for Piguero. And he's done a great job keeping Sugarland off the board from the second through the fourth inning. Now in the bottom of the fourth, the Revs will look to add to the 3-run inning they put together in the third after really doing nothing against Grissett in the first 2 innings. 6-3 lead for the Skeeters in the rubber match game today. Bottom 4, and it'll be Tyson Gillies leading off against Simone Castro out of the pen for the Skeeters. Castro pitched 2 nights ago, made his season debut for the Skeeters. Castro 6'5", 230. Doesn't even look 230 though. Born in 1988, a veteran, was with the AAA Nashville Sounds in the A's organization before coming to Sugarland. And right on left, here's the first pitch to Gillies. Fastball misses high and away, 1-0 the count. Gillies got the 3-run rally started in the third. He singled up the middle, came around to score on the Mitchell single. Revs sent all 9 to the plate in the third, so it's back down to the 9-hole here in the fourth. 9-1-2 for the Revs. Castro, the tall right-hander, waits. The pitch, fastball low in the zone. It's 2-0. 87 on the gun from Castro. It looked a bit harder than that. I mean, he is tall and lanky. It really, the epitome of the description. Well, the pitch, the 2-0. Hard hit chopper out to second. To his left is Walsh. Throws the first in time. Beats Gillies by a step at the bag. And there's 1 up, 1 down in the fourth. Castro, the way he comes to the plate, he sets really high around his shoulder area and then gets lower in his delivery. And that's got to be tough for a hitter, seeing the ball out of the hand that high, but then it coming from a lower angle. Gillies was the first man to greet him. He grounds out. Here's Travis Witherspoon back at the top. He's 0 for 2. Reached on an error in the first and struck out looking in the third. First pitch to Spoon. Bluffed a bunt attempt, pulled back, taking a strike on the outer half. No balls and 1 strike. 6-3 lead for Sugarland. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. A loss would bring the Revs back to 500. A win would put them 2 over. They're 26-25. Spoon offers the bunt again, but pulls back, and again takes a strike on the outer half, this time a slider, and it's 0-2. So the Revs 26-25, Sugarland 32-20 after their win last night. The Revs looking to make it a 5-2 homestand with a win today. Slider misses low and away to Spoon, 1-2. A loss would make it a 4-3 homestand, which is not the worst thing. They'll come out over 500 on the homestand, but given the situation here late in the first half, 5-2 would be a lot better. 1-2 pitch, chop foul in front of the plate, and Spoon hangs in there. 6 runs on 4 hits, 1 error for Sugarland. 3 runs on 7 hits, 1 error for York. Each team has scored all their runs in 1 inning today. Sugarland 6 in the first, the Revs 3 in the third. Castro peers in at his catcher Norris, takes the sign, sets high. And the 1-2 to Spoon. Slider right there, strike 3. Spoon looked a little bit uncomfortable up there, tucking his shoulder on the pitch. Not happy with the result, but he goes down looking for the second time today. 2 up, 2 down for Castro. Now Alexi Casilla will get a shot. Casilla, fielder's choice grounder his first time up. Singled and scored in the 3rd inning. The first pitch he sees from Castro is a fastball swung on and missed high in the zone. Simone Castro helping things out for Sugar Land. Ben Grissett did not look good in his final inning of work, the 3rd inning. And 0-1 from Castro. Casilla shows bunt but pulls back, taking a strike. Nice day for a ball game here in downtown York. A sunny day, a little humid. The sky has opened up a little bit off in the horizon. 0-2 to Casilla, fastball high and away, 1-2. 6-3 lead for Sugar Land, bottom 4. You can see the light blue sky out over left field and center field. Right field, there's still a lot of cloud cover. And the 1-2 pitch to Alexi. Fly ball right center field. It has some carry on it, and that one will get down. Cutting it off is Jan Santi, shy of the track. A long throw into second base. It's caught on the fly, but not in time. Alexi Casilla slides in at second with a 2-out double. Nice rope there from Casilla. Jan Santi, a heck of an effort just to get to that ball before it got to the track. Then in one motion spun and chucked a dart into second base, but it had a lot of hang time on it and didn't get down in time. So a double for Alexi, his 2nd hit of the day. 2nd multi-hit game of the series for the Revs' 2nd baseman. Now here's Melky Mesa, who singled off the center field wall his last time. No, that's not wrong. He did single off the center field wall. It's not easy to do. But Tyson Gillies held up everybody on the base paths. Mesa sends this one out to center field as well and deep. Ranging back is Jan Santi. He won't get there, and that one is over the wall, a home run. Melky Mesa drives it out to deep center field. It kept carrying and just got over the batter's eye in center. That ball is not coming back. Melky Mesa, a 2-run shot. The Revs put 2 more on the board. And it's now a 6-5 game in the bottom of the 4th. There goes the cannon. How about Melky Mesa going to center field twice today? Darryl, that's a little better result than the single.
Oh my. Didn't have to worry about any runners hesitating on that shot to clear that center field fence. Basically, it sailed right over the 405 sign, and man, he's hit a couple of tee shots right down the fairway today. Those are a couple of blasts.
2-run home run for Melky Mesa, his 3rd homer of the season. The Revs are within 1 in the 4th. Now Jared Mitchell takes a slider on the outer half for a strike. Casilla started the rally with 2 outs, doubling to right center. Then Mesa, I thought he got it a little bit off the end of the bat out to center, but it just kept carrying. The wind is blowing a little bit out that way, and it went right over the batter's eye. There's the 0-1 to Mitchell, fastball out. Mesa's 3rd dinger of the year. He now has 14 RBI. Came in with the average at 302. Multi-hit game for Melky, and the Revs' 2nd extra base hit of the afternoon. And the 0-1 to Mitchell, and the 1-1 swing and a miss. It's 1-2.
It did look like he reached a little bit, but he ended up just getting the arms extended and barreling it by doing so. Pitch was toward the outer half.
Back to back. What were you going to say, Darryl?
Just great to have him back in today.
Absolutely.
Been touch and go here.
Looking healthy. And the 1-2 coming to Jared Mitchell. Here's the pitch. Slider misses high and away. 6-5 lead for Sugar Land now. The Revs have back-to-back multi-run innings. 3 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th. Melky Mesa, the 2-run homer to center. First homer that we've seen over the batter's eye this season. There's been a couple out just off to the side of it, but not over. Now Mitchell lines one out to left center field, but Hawkins had him played perfectly, and Jared Mitchell's retired. So a line out ends it, but not before the Revs strike for 2 with 2 outs. Melky Mesa, a 2-run home run to dead center field to pull the Revs within 1. and after 4 innings of play, it's a 6-5 lead for Sugar Land. We'll go to the top of the 5th, see who comes out of the pen for the Revs.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission. You know what really grinds my gears? Perfectly good cars being thrown away just because the transmission went bad. My mind slips into overdrive when someone says,
I'll just get a new car before I spend that kind of money on a transmission.
What? According to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new car is $32,000. Now you're going to finance that, right? There's another $6,000 to $8,000. And if you drive it off the showroom floor, it loses 20% of its value immediately. Don't forget, you also have to pay sales tax, higher insurance rates, title and registration fees, and come up with $600, $700, $800 a month depending on your interest rates for 5 years. And remember, you will still have to pay for the upkeep of the car. Brakes, tires, wipers, fluids, etc. Stop! Trade your transmission, not your car.
Thanks, good-looking genius.
You're welcome, ma'am. Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and save you all that dough. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
Facing a legal issue can be a frightening time. What's my course of action? How do I know who to call? Fortunately, the York County Bar Association makes it easy. Now, you only need to make one call to find the right lawyer for you. Call the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right lawyer with our Attorney Connection Lawyer Referral Service. Just call 854-8755 or visit yorkbar.com. Don't hesitate in getting the help you need. Contact the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right attorney at the right time.
This is Chang Choi, athletic trainer of the York Revolution. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Revs have pushed even closer. It's now a 6-5 game, top of the 5th inning here in downtown York. It's the Skeeters 6 and the Revs 5. The Revs a 2 spot on the board in the bottom of the 4th against Simone Castro, the reliever for Sugar Land. Melky Mesa, a 2-out blast over the center field wall. His second hit of the day. Second time he's gone to at least the wall in dead center. And he's locked in today. 6-5 the lead for Sugar Land. It was 6-0 at one point after the first inning, in fact. But Highland Piguero, 3 2/3 scoreless out of the bullpen. And the pitch, fastball misses high from the new pitcher, Devin Watts, into the game. Watts threw 2 scoreless innings last night, allowed an inherited runner to score, but that was it. 1-0 the count on Kyle Kubica, the cleanup hitter for the Skeeters. 4-5-6, Kubica, Phipps, and Barnes. Now the 1-0 from Devin Watts. Fastball misses low. It's 2-0. Nine hits for the Revs in this game, just 4 for Sugar Land. They took advantage of 4 walks in the first from Revs starter Matt Vogel. Now the 2-0. Fly ball shallow left field towards the line. Gillies ranging over. And he'll make the grab a step in front of the warning track in the left field corner. That's a good out for Devin Watts. Started Kubica off 2-0. He swung with no strikes on him. That helps bail him out.
Yeah, I thought Watts looked more comfortable last night. His second appearance, Mace said Fletch had worked with him on a few things on the side, getting a little more extension. He had better command and break of his slider. I thought that helped.
Fastball over for a strike to Dennis Phipps, the DH. Phipps back in the lineup again at DH. He's done that in all 3 games of this series. Kyle Winkler getting loose in the Sugar Land bullpen right now. The 0-1 to Hawkins, or Phipps, hard hit ground ball to short. King has it, throws over to Burgess at first. 6-3 on the put out, 2 up, 2 down for Devin Watts here in the 5th inning. That'll bring up Barrett Barnes, the right fielder.
Yeah, back-to-back games for Watts. Good to get a couple quick outs. Still new to this league and getting settled in. The Revs do have bullpen activity again, so probably only 1 inning for him today, coming off the outing last night.
So here's Barnes, a 2 RBI single in the first. He also struck out swinging. That was in the 3rd inning. 1 for 2 in the game. 2 outs, no one on for him. His team up 1. First pitch is a slider missing low and away, 1-0. 6-5 lead for Sugar Land. They got all their runs in the top of the first. The Revs, meanwhile, put together rallies in the third and fourth, scoring both of their fourth inning runs with 2 outs. The Mesa homer bringing home both. And the pitch, slider misses high and in. They'll appeal down to first. No swing, says J.B. Torres down the line. 1-1. Go 2-0. Hyland Peguero, an unsung hero so far in this game. He worked 3 2/3 scoreless out of the bullpen. He allowed 3 inherited runners to score in the first inning, but got a ground ball that was an error by Cuevas at third base. Then eventually got 2 of the next 3 out to get out of that frame, but then 3 full scoreless innings after that. And that one hits the batter Barnes in the hip area. He turned out of the way, though. 2-0 turns into a hit by pitch on the next one. Barnes will be a 2-out base runner for Courtney Hawkins. I just mentioned Peguero, the outing that he had. 62 pitches and 38 strikes. Heck of an effort there, Darryl, for the veteran.
That was awesome. I mean, I didn't know if... I shouldn't doubt him, but he hasn't gone that long, and I didn't know how it would go trying to get him to go that many innings today, but he was just in total command.
2 outs and a man on first. Here's Hawkins. Sends one into right center field. That's down for a base hit. Spoon will cut it off on 2 hops. Going first to third is Barnes. And the Skeeters are in business with 2 outs here in the 5th.
Well, Watts trying to come in on Barnes, and you could hear the thud as it hit him in the leg. And now all of a sudden you get a bloop hit after that, and that quickly, couple of pitches, you have a threat.
Courtney Hawkins has reached twice today, walked and scored a run in the first. Now a single, and now Mark Mason out to the bullpen to either talk things over with Devin Watts or go to the bullpen. Got Jan Santee at the plate, and that'll be it for Devin Watts. He gets 2 batters out, the first 2 he faced. But he's responsible for the runners on first and third. We'll take a quick timeout, tell you who the new pitcher is when we come back. It's a 6-5 lead for Sugar Land at the top of inning number 5.
You know, something funny happens when people buy their dream home. They can both look at the same thing and see it in an entirely different way. He sees a man cave, while she sees an art room.
Hi, my name is Ryan Scott with J.G. Wentworth Home Lending, and this has become a common theme from our happy customers. With our competitive rates, quick process, and closing time guarantee, why would you choose another mortgage company to finance your dreams? Call us today at 855-JGW-LEND so we can get you on your path towards home ownership.
J.G. Wentworth Home Lending will take care of all the details of purchasing your home so you can focus on what to do once you move in. You know, will that great backyard be a beautiful garden? Or a beautiful new pool? Yeah, that's one detail we'll leave up to you. Call 855-JGW-LEND today. Mortgage loans offered by J.G. Wentworth Home Lending, LLC, 3550 Commission Court, Woodbridge, Virginia, NMLS ID 2925, NMLSConsumerAccess.org, Equal Housing Lender.
I'm a meal delivery engineer, you know, a server, and I love it. But now, with Keno from the Pennsylvania Lottery, this place is livelier than 2-for-1 app night. See, while I guide my guests from nachos to gnocchi, they're picking numbers to win cash with drawings every 4 minutes. Keno's fun, exciting, and goes with everything on the menu, except maybe the 4-alarm fries. Stay away from those. Keno, it's here. Play it at your favorite bar or restaurant.
Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
Six to 5 Skeeters, top of the 5th inning. 2 outs for James Pugliese, who comes in relief for Devin Watts, who got the first 2 outs here, the 5th. He retired the first 2 batters on a fly out and a ground out. Then hit Barnes, and Hawkins singled to right center. And now first and third for Anthony Jan Santee to face James Pugliese. 2 outs, top of the 5th, in a 1-run game. First pitch from Pugliese is a fastball. Well, not a fastball, it was 73. It looked like a changeup, a funky release there from Pugliese. And it's 0-1 on Jan Santee. Reached on an error in the first, drove in a run, then an RBI single in the third. A check swing foul ball there. Pugliese gets ahead 0-2.
Well, that was a buckler right there, that curve.
Surprised to see the move to pull Watts after just 2/3 of an inning?
I think just, back-to-back days for him. They probably figured they could get 3-4 hitters out of him.
Now the 0-2 from Pugliese. Fastball misses high and away. It's 1-2. Runners at the corners for the Skeeters. Barnes on third, Hawkins on first. Tough to tell them apart. They're both big, stocky dudes. Looking at them from a distance. And a 1-2, fouled off. Even Dennis Phipps, you can put him in that conversation. If the bases were loaded with those guys, you wouldn't know who was who.
Yeah. They've got some beef in the middle of the order.
6-5 lead for Sugar Land. The Revs have the momentum in the game. That is if they can get out of this inning unscathed. Slow hit ground ball out to short. King has it. He'll flip to Casilla covering at second for the force. And James Pugliese does a job. Retires Anthony Giansanti to end the frame, bail out Devin Watts. And after 4.5, the Revs trail still by just one. A 6-5 game going to the bottom of the fifth. We'll see what the Revs can do at the plate.
As you clean it out, keep in mind Community Aid's looking for your lucky leftovers. After you wrap up your yard sale, donate what's left over at your closest Community Aid Drive-Up Donation Center. They're attached to each of Community Aid's incredible thrift stores in our area. Hanover, Harrisburg, Lancaster, Mechanicsburg, and Selinsgrove. Community Aid wants your lucky leftovers to help more than 750 local charities. Learn more at communityaid.net. But don't forget, give your lucky leftovers to Community Aid. Neighbors helping neighbors.
Carmen Fusco Pro Baseball and Softball Academy in New Cumberland offers a variety of lesson plans for every budget. Owner Carmen Fusco has 38 years of Major League Baseball experience, and our staff is made up entirely of professional instructors, including Carmen Fusco, Sam Knott, TJ Cronenberger, and Lisa Baker. We offer one-on-one private instruction, camps and clinics, and year-round travel ball programs focused on developing the player. We differ from other facilities because we offer professional instruction with Major League Baseball techniques. We also provide free college placement for our athletes. Conveniently located off I-83 between Harrisburg and York, check out Carmen Fusco Pro Baseball and Softball Academy in New Cumberland, and go online to FuscoProBaseball.com.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Hey, this is Jacoby Jones, Super Bowl champ, Dancing with the Stars. If y'all didn't vote for me, it's y'all fault I lost, but you're listening to the radio, WOYK 1350, baby.
Bottom of the fifth, Revs trail the Skeeters by just one. It's a 6-5 game in the rubber match of this series. Been a well-played 3-game series so far. The Revs have gotten back in this one over the last 2 frames. 3 runs in the third, 2 in the fourth, and see what the Revs can do against the new pitcher, Kyle Winkler, right-hander out of the Sugar Land bullpen. Second reliever that the Skeeters have used today. Simone Castro gave up 2 runs in 1 inning in the fourth. Gave up a 2-run homer to Melky Mesa with 2 down. Now Cuevas leads off the bottom of the fifth. First pitch, fastball way outside. It's 1-0. Cuevas, Burgess, Clark, 5, 6, 7 for the Revs. 9 hits in the game for York, 5 hits for Sugar Land. Revs still trail in the run column. And the 1-0 from Winkler. Tapper to third, but foul, 1-1. Nice grab by Polo down the third baseline, fielding that to his left, going to the forehand. They'll toss it to a fan in the stands. Polo doing a job. One and 1 the count. The leadoff man Cuevas. 0 for 1 with a sac fly. He's gone to right field twice today. Breaking ball misses way outside and low. It's 2-1. After Cuevas, it'll be Michael Burgess, who's 2 for 2 today. Both hits off the starter Grissett. See what Cuevas can do with the count, 2-1. Here's the pitch. Cue shot foul over towards the Revs dugout. It's 2-2. Darryl, that was a huge boost that the Revs got in the top of the 5th inning. James Puglisi coming on with 2 outs and runners at the corners, getting out of the 5th for Devin Watts and the squad. Following up a performance by Highland Peguero, 3 2/3 shutout out of the pen.
Yeah, Puglisi looked really good. Threw a really nice breaking ball to get ahead. Fastball located well.
2-2 coming to Cuevas. Skipped in the dirt in front of Norris, and it's full.
It's a game of the bullpens today, and who's got the most, who doesn't blink. The chance when you go to so many relievers is that one of them just doesn't have it that day. That's the risk that you run. Otherwise, if they all have it, it can be really effective because the hitters are constantly seeing somebody new.
Full count on Cuevas. This is his first time seeing Winkler in the game. For anybody, that one misses high, 3-2, and it's a ball 4. Kyle Winkler comes in the game for Sugar Land and walks the first batter he faces. That brings up Michael Burgess, who's been arguably the hottest Rev this series. Burgess 6 hits in the series, 3 straight multi-hit games, an extra base hit in each game, doubled in the second, singled in the third. How important has he been this game, Darryl?
Huge, and when he's hot, he can carry an offense.
Runner at first, no outs. First pitch to Mike. Breaking ball over for a strike. No balls and 1 strike.
The pressure is on the Skeeters right now. They had the 6-0 lead. They're the team that's a game and a half out. Revs dugout, just you sense a looseness about them right now. They've already gotten within 1 run, and we're only at the midway point of this game.
Pitch misses way inside to Burgess, skips to the backstop. Cuevas will head to second base. And on the wild pitch, the Revs get a runner in scoring position.
And now he might be gripping that ball even tighter. Got a runner at second, no outs, and 1 base hit. That big early lead could be completely gone.
Cuevas is the tying run. Sugar Land leads 6-5, bottom 5. No outs, and a man on second. The scoreboard reads 1 out. That is not the case. See if Burgess can bring home Cuevas. Decent lead for him out at second. And the pitch misses high and away. And the count's 2-1. The next Revs hit will be number 10 in the game. And the next RBI for Michael Burgess will be number 700 for his career in pro ball. Sitting at 699 right now after the 3-run home run a couple nights ago. Now the 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, fastball up in the zone. Good pitch there from Winkler.
Ball's looking big to him again.
Oh yeah.
That one looked good out of the hand. Can't fault him for trying to drive one that looks good.
It's like he's hitting beach balls up there.
Yeah.
2 balls and 2 strikes. No outs in the inning. Man on second. 1-run game. Revs trail. Winkler looks at second. Now the pitch. Misses high. And he runs the count full for the second straight batter. Not a great day out of the bullpen for Sugar Land. Simone Castro gives up 2 runs in the 4th. Winkler in danger of walking each of the first 2 batters he's seen. Ben Grissett went just 3 innings for Sugar Land, the starter. The 3-2 pitch to Burgess, low and away, ball 4. The Revs have their first 2 on here in the bottom of the 5th via the free pass.
The tenor of this game has definitely turned.
Now time is called. The pitching coach for the Skeeters, Corey Domel, out to chat with his reliever, Kyle Winkler, who has not found the strike zone at all since coming into this game. The Skeeters have bullpen action once again. Oh, man, it seems like both bullpens have been used all day. As Ben Rowan, the 6'4" right-hander, loosens up, side armor. Meeting on the mound with the entire Skeeters infield. Corey Domel back to the dugout, a brief meeting, but Darryl, this is an opportunity right now for the Revs to really jump on the Skeeters, tie the game, maybe even take the lead with Tyler Clark at the dish.
Yeah, this is set up nicely, and the good thing about this comeback, none of these guys have tried to do too much ever since the beginning today. Just chip away, set it up for the next guy, and here they are.
Here's Tyler Clark, the Revs catcher, up with runners at first and second and no outs. First pitch to him low and away in the dirt. Norris keeps it near him. Double play depth up the middle for Sugar Land. They'll pinch the corners a little bit. Clark a catcher, but he runs relatively well. Outfield playing Clark straight away. Wind blowing a little bit out to right center. 6-5 lead for Sugar Land, bottom 5. The tying and go-ahead runs are on base for the Revs. 1-0 to Clark, popped up, right center field and shallow. It's a Bermuda Triangle out there. Jan Santi is the one that calls for it. Cuevas bluffs the tag, and he'll stop at second and go back, actually having to race back to second base, as Rondon, the shortstop who cut off the relay throw, ran him back. So an unproductive out for Clark there. A little bit of suspense was building leading up to that AB. So 1 out, runners remain at first and second, and now Pete Incaviglia is going to make a pitching change.
Well, Winkler was fortunate to get that 1 out. He was really struggling to find the strike zone. It's a big out for him.
A slow walk out to the mound for Pete Incaviglia. He takes the ball from Winkler, who does salvage his outing and get at least 1. They'll go to the bullpen, bring in Ben Rowan. We'll take a quick break here and tell you more about Ben when we come back. 6-5 lead for Sugar Land, bottom 5, but the Revs threatening.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Planning your next visit to York? Book your stay at Courtyard by Marriott. Conveniently situated near local businesses, shopping, dining, downtown, and local attractions, Courtyard by Marriott features a state-of-the-art lobby, inviting flexible spaces to work or relax, free Wi-Fi, our well-equipped fitness center, and a bistro offering healthy options and refreshing choices, including Starbucks and an evening bar. Your stay is sure to be more comfortable, productive, and enjoyable than ever before. Courtyard by Marriott, 2799 Concord Road in York. Book your stay at 717-840-7840.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood SureSave stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Saubles Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Hi, this is United States Olympic gold medalist Jenny Finch. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 1350. WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Back on the broadcast, bottom of the 5th inning, Revs trail by 1, a 6-5 lead for Sugar Land. But the Revs have the tying in, go-ahead runs on base at first and second. Cuevas at second, Burgess at first. Nick King, the young shortstop, making his first start of the season at the plate. Lined out with the bases loaded in the Revs' 3-run 3rd inning. New pitcher into the ballgame, Ben Rowan, looks at second. And the pitch, submarine-style slider sweeping across the plate, gets Nick King out in front. He swings and misses. Rowan becomes the 4th pitcher used in the game by Sugar Land, the 8th in the game overall, and we're only in the bottom of the 5th. Bullpen day to its finest. 0-1 count on King. 1 out in the inning. A look at Cuevas at second, now the pitch. Another slider, that one misses low. It's 1-1 on the shortstop King. Be a nice time for Nick's first hit in a Revs uniform. He's 0 for 4. He's gotten the bat on the ball each of his last 2 times up today. 1-1 the count. Runners at first and second. And the pitch from Rowan, fouled off behind home plate. It's 1-2. Rowan, not an easy guy to have to face, especially when you're new to the club and the league. Ben comes into this game looking to get the final 2 outs for Kyle Winkler, who only got 1 out here in the 5th after coming out of the bullpen. Walked the first 2 batters he faced before getting Clark to fly out to shallow center. The tall right-hander hunches over, taking the sign from Norris. And the pitch, 1-2, swing and a miss, fastball up in the zone. King goes down on strikes. And from first and second, no outs. It goes to first and second, 2 outs.
That was maybe a little surprising with going to the bullpen this early that they yanked Winkler after only 1 out, but control's been his biggest problem all year. And he walked the first 2 this inning. Even after he got that first out, you thought maybe they'd leave him in, because now Rowan's going to face the guy that took him deep last night. But it's a strange game, so who knows.
An inning yesterday gave up 2 runs. Both came in on the Gillies homer to right field. 2 outs, runners at first and second, bottom 5, 1-run game. The pitch to Gillies. Sends this one in the air, but popped up foul territory, first base side. Chavez over, he makes the grab in front of the Revs bullpen. And on 1 pitch, Gillies pops out and the side is retired. So the Revs get first and second with no outs. It remains that way through the end of the inning. No runs on no hits, no errors, and 2 left in the inning. Ben Rowan gets the final 2 outs. We'll go to the top of the 6th inning. We'll see who's on the mound for the Revs in this 1-run game.
Rutter's has all your favorite seafood options. Tavern battered cod sandwich, crispy fried shrimp with bada bing dipping sauce, flavorful crab and corn chowder, just to name a few. Rutter's Seafood. One try and you'll be hooked. Rutter's. Why go anywhere else for seafood?
Planning your summer vacation? Looking to take care of those long overdue home improvements? Hello, I'm Tara Hauser, Vice President of Marketing at First Capital Federal Credit Union. Make all your dreams come true with a home equity loan from First Capital FCU. For a limited time, take advantage of a 7-year home equity loan of $10,000 or more with an annual percentage rate as low as 3.99%. Visit firstcapitalfcu.com or stop by any branch to apply. First Capital, putting you first. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
First Capital Federal Credit Union.
Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania delivers natural gas to 423,000 customers. Our commitment is to do it reliably, efficiently, and most importantly, safely. If you smell, hear, or see any sign of a natural gas problem, evacuate immediately and call 911 from a safe location. The most obvious indication of a problem in your home would be a rotten egg odor. For more information on natural gas safety, visit ColumbiaGasPA.com. Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania, reminding you about natural gas safety.
Rutter's Hot Dog Extravaganza is here. Rutter's Kunzler hot dogs and brand new corn dogs are only 2 for $2. Our amazing Kunzler bacon wrapped cheddar dogs and sausages are only 2 for $4. Earn 2 cents on fuel for every deal purchase. Must scan rewards card. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
You're on the home of the Atlantic League champion York Revolution. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
6-5 lead for Sugar Land, top of the 6th inning. James Puglisi, who got the final out of the 5th inning in relief of Devin Watts, is back out for the 6th in a 1-run game. Looking to keep it that way. Sugar Land, all 6 of their runs came in the 1st inning. The Revs since have gotten 5 back, 3 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th. Now Puglisi's first pitch of the inning is a curveball that misses high. It's 1-0. Leadoff man is the 9-hitter Alvaro Rondon. 9-1-2, Rondon, Walsh, and Chavez for the Skeeters. The pitch misses way inside and low. It's 2-0. The Revs got their first 2 on in the bottom of the 5th, but left both on. Missed opportunities. Rondon shows bunt, but pulls back, taking a strike on the inner half. He didn't like the call there, but he shakes his head and hops back in the box. 2-1. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Changeup misses low, and I don't know, Darryl. I really don't know where that pitch missed.
Yeah, it didn't.
Called low by the home plate umpire Warren Nicholson. It's 3-1. Now the 3-1 is fouled off. Puglisi working quickly. Getting the ball and getting right back on the bump and throwing. Count runs full on Rondon. Man, how many times have we seen a full count today for either team? 3-2 misses low and inside. Rondon walks. Another walk in the game, and I'm going to have to take a moment here to count all the walks, but it's been a lot.
And another close pitch. Pugliese stared in an extra second. The one that to me was more frustrating was ball 3 earlier in the at-bat.
Sure. 6 walks for Revs pitchers in the game. Back to the top of the order. Here's Walsh. He almost hits him, does Pugliese. He goes inside with the fastball. It's 1-0. Walsh has reached base safely all 3 times today. 2 walks, a single, an RBI, and a run scored. 6-5 Sugar Land, top 6. Now move over to first, and diving back is Rondon. Pugliese takes the sign from Clark, set up outside the pitch, change up on the outside corner. Nice pitch there at 74.
He's got 3 or 4 good pitches. We've seen fastball, change, curve, really, and slider, so he's got a good arsenal.
Pugliese back on the rubber, pitching out of the stretch. 1-1 the count on the left-handed hitting Walsh. Man on first, no outs. Here's the pitch. Fastball low and in. Somebody in the crowd screams swing. Can't imagine that's fun to have to hit or pitch with hearing. 2-1 the count now on Walsh. He's ahead once again. Pitch from Pugliese. Fastball misses high and tight. And even these pitches aren't that far off the plate, but anything close to the zone today is really a ball. And anything maybe on the corner is a ball.
Yeah, he is known for having one of the tighter ones. There's the obvious comment of the day.
A foul ball back to the backstop. That's 2 strikes now on the batter Walsh. Full count. Full count, back-to-back hitters for James Pugliese. Wind's still blowing out to right center. It's been doing that steadily today. And the 3-2 runner goes, line drive into the right center field gap. That's down. Rondon around second, heading for third. Juice Gums is waving him home. Around second and heading for third now is Walsh. The 3-lay throw comes in. Here's Casillas' throw to third, not in time. An RBI triple for Colin Walsh, and the Skeeters put an insurance run on the board. It's a 7-5 game.
He's had a huge day. On base 4 times. He was thinking 3 out of the box. And momentum shifting back a little bit. Revs had that chance in the bottom of the 5th. The 2 walks, couldn't cash in. Now Sugar Land puts a run up. First time that we've seen Pugliese come back out for another inning after finishing one. He has done it before. He has started some games in the Cubs system, but pretty close walk on Rondon to lead off, and then just trying to find that tight strike zone. Left one over the middle, and Walsh hit it hard.
Infield in all the way around for the Revs, down 7-5 in the top of the 6th. 1 run in for the Skeeters, no outs, man on third. Here's Chavez. Fastball outside corner for a strike. It's 0-1. First run the Skeeters have scored since their 6-run first inning. Who knows if that was actually a ball in that at-bat to Rondon, where he eventually walked in. The 0-1 line off the top of the glove of Casilla into right center field, a base hit for Chavez. Coming in to score is Walsh. It's now an 8-5 game, so back to a 3-run lead for Sugar Land. And Darryl, you mentioned it earlier, you run the risk of, when you go to the bullpen so much, is one guy just doesn't have it. Now, not to say that Pugliese didn't have it today. The walk, unfortunate, setting up the inning, but not everybody's going to be perfect and throw up a 0 out there.
No, you can't expect them to. That leadoff walk was big. I mean, a couple close pitches that he didn't get, and you know the saying about leadoff walks coming around to score. percentages may vary, but it does happen a lot, and it did here.
That'll be it for James Puglisi. He works just a third of an inning, does not retire any of the 3 batters he faces in the 6th. The Revs will go to, it looks to be Junior Rincon out of the pen. We'll take a quick break. Let you know more about Junior when we come back. 8-5 Skeeters, top 6.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood Sure Save stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Facing a legal issue can be a frightening time. What's my course of action? How do I know who to call? Fortunately, the York County Bar Association makes it easy. Now, you only need to make one call to find the right lawyer for you. Call the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right lawyer with our Attorney Connection Lawyer Referral Service. Just call 854-8755 or visit yorkbar.com. Don't hesitate in getting the help you need. Contact the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right attorney at the right time.
You trust AAA to work at every mile. But AAA doesn't just cover your car. They can also cover your home. AAA Home Insurance protects every square foot. And when you add AAA Home Insurance to AAA Auto Insurance, you get more protection and more savings. Insurance that's not just insurance. Talk to your local AAA insurance agent today or visit AAA.com to learn more about AAA Home Insurance.
Hi, this is Mark Mason. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350, WOYK.
8-5 Skeeters lead over the Revs, top of the 6th in the rubber match of this 3-game series. Junior Rincon out of the pen with no outs and a man on first base here in the top of the 6th inning. You may ask, why is Junior Rincon the setup/closer guy for the Revs in the game in the 6th? Well, it's simple as the Revs just don't have enough arms to save Rincon for a later inning. They're already down 3, looking to keep it that way. Junior Rincon enter him in the 6th, trying to get all 3 outs of the 6th. James Puglisi went walk, triple, single to start the frame. Now Derek Norris, first pitch swinging, sends it out to left center field. Gillies going back, and that ball is not coming back. First pitch ambush off Rincon. Derek Norris, a 2-run homer just to the right of the arch nemesis over the left center field wall. For a split second, Darryl, you had a feeling that it might clank off the arch nemesis and stay in play. But it does not. Derek Norris, a home run. The first time we've seen him do that this series. It's actually the first home run for a Skeeter in the entire 3-game series. And they lead the Atlantic League, and they continue to. It's their 46th homer of the season as a team.
And I kid you not, I looked up at the flag just to see it gust out to left, and you could hear it on our gear as that pitch was thrown.
Well, the pitch to the cleanup hitter Kyle Kubica, breaking ball off the plate, or on the corner of the outside. It's 0-1.
They may not have needed the win since it was a line drive, but it didn't hurt.
4 runs already in the inning for the Skeeters, 3 of them charged to James Puglisi. Fastball in the outer half, Rincon gets it over, it's 0-2. So Puglisi ends up going just a third of an inning, got the last out of the 5th, did not retire a batter in the 6th, and all 3 batters that he faced have scored. Still no outs in the inning, and the Skeeters lead 10-5. Rincon misses outside with that pitch. The wheels have come off the bus a little bit for the Revs here in the 6th inning. Rincon swinging a miss, a slider there to Kubica. He goes chasing. Nasty pitch there from Junior, but it comes after the disheartening 2-run home run, one that really a punch in the gut to this Revs team. They've done such a good job getting it to a 1-run game. It's now back to a 5-run game. Now with 1 down and no one on, here's Dennis Phipps, the DH. So the first 4 batters have all scored in the inning before the 5th man to hit in the inning, Kubica, strikes out. And now Phipps takes a breaking ball low. It's 1-0.
Hit Warren Nicholson in the face mask. It's a lot of innings for the bullpen today. And they've been pretty good here recently for the most part. Had a hiccup last Sunday at Southern Maryland, but followed it with a pretty good week. But a lot of innings for them here this week and certainly today.
The game is just about 2.5 hours old, and we're only in the top of the 6th. Indication of how things are going today. 9 pitchers have been used in the game, 5 by the Revs, 4 the Skeeters. 1-0 to Phipps. Fastball misses high off the top of Clark's glove. Might have gotten crossed up there. Skeeters lead at 10-5. They've done it on only 8 hits. They've taken advantage of 6 walks from Revs pitchers today. Matt Vogel, who started for the Revs and was out of the game after just a third of an inning, walked 4. Rincon comes set. The 2-0 to Phipps. Swings and fouls it out of play. I guess for Phipps there, you figure team's up 5. Norris got a good pitch on 0-0. Why not 2-0? Take a hack.
He did face Rincon the other night and made a bid at a long ball in the 9th inning, but lined out.
The 2-1 from Rincon. Slider misses low and away. It's now 3-1 on Dennis. Six runs in the first for Sugar Land, 4 in the 6th. It's been an all-or-nothing kind of day for the Skeeters. Rincon set, the 3-1. Fastball chopped out to short off the end of the bat. King rounds it, throws off balance to first. Burgess the stretch, and the play is made. 6-3 on the putout. And that's out number 2 in the inning. So after the 2-run homer, Rincon comes back with a strikeout and then gets a ground out. Phipps now 0 for 3 on the afternoon. Here's Barrett Barnes, who's 1 for 2. He was hit by a pitch his last time up. 2 RBI single and a run scored in the first inning for Barnes, who's played each of the last 2 days, did not play in the series opener. 2 outs, no one on. The pitch from Rincon. Breaking ball misses low. 1-0 the count. 4 runs in the inning for the Skeeters. They lead at 10-5. Not over, but it was a 6-5 game coming into the inning. Rincon set on the hill. And the pitch. 1-0 in there. Fastball for a strike. It's 1-1. It's just been a long game, Darryl. One of those where both these teams, I'm sure they're tired. Long homestand for the Revs. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, nasty breaking ball, dropping down in the zone 1 and 2. And Sugar Land, they got to hop on a plane, go back home, get ready for the first place team in the league, Lancaster, for 7. The Revs, meanwhile, you guys got to head on a 5-6 hour bus ride tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully not 6. That's with traffic. Yeah. It's with severe traffic. Peel down to first, no swing, says JB Torres, and Barnes stays alive.
Let's hope for a smooth 5. That's about the best you can hope for going up there. And there's always construction around New York. Got to go around or through the city, no matter how you do it.
Well, you'll have your own seat on the bus tomorrow, so you'll be able to spread out a little bit and sleep. 2-2 the count on Barnes. Breaking ball low and away. Clark keeps it in front. It's full.
Still need a masseuse or chiropractor after that long.
Yeah. Yep.
But now it will be nice. I mean, when we did the flying to Sugar Land, you remember how nice it is to have your own bus, keep your stuff on it.
3-2 the count on Barnes. 10-5 lead for Sugar Land, top 6. The payoff pitch from Rincon, fastball low in the zone. Walk number 7 for the Revs pitching staff this afternoon. And the inning continues.
Now, they were 1 hit away last inning from completely erasing the lead that Sugar Land had built early in the game, but so far the move of the day from Pete Incaviglia was to bring in Ben Rowan to do it then. And you wondered, yikes, after only one out from Winkler, you've got all these outs still to get, but paid off.
Next batter, Courtney Hawkins fouls one off. I believe that was off the chest protector of Clark. Either that or the home plate umpire, 0-1. 2 outs in the inning, 5-run lead for the Skeeters. Man on first is Barnes. He just walked. Hawkins, the 8th man to hit in the inning for Sugarland. And the pitch. Check swing, but he goes around on it. They'll appeal down to first to Torres. He says he swung. I didn't even think they were going to need to appeal there. Yeah. Thought it was pretty clear. Next pitch from Rincon, swing and a miss. Tipped into the glove, actually, of Tyler Clark. Rincon picks up 2 strikeouts in the inning, but he allows a 2-run homer to Derek Norris. 4 runs come in, 3 of them charged to James Pugliese, 1 to Rincon. And after 5.5, it's a 10-5 lead for Sugarland. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th next on Sports Radio 1350, WOYK.
Everything you've worked for may be facing a hostile takeover, but step outside the boardroom and look around. Not taking care of business right now could leave you dealing with a hostile takeover by crabgrass later this summer. And broadleaf weeds are just beneath the surface, ready to take their share of your turf too. Prevent hostile takeovers. Call Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care and give your lawn a good, healthy start this year. Heritage Lawn can apply crabgrass pre-emergent and quality fertilizer now to fortify your lawn for later. HeritageLawnandLandscape.com. World-class care right in your backyard.
Neighbors not so neighborly anymore? Sick of the size of your current home? Is renting feeling like a relentless waste of money? Agent Adam knows the feeling. With a 100% contract-to-close track record, Agent Adam and Housebroker Realty will sell your home quickly and help you buyers explore new home ownership with confidence. Go to agentadamsells.com or call 717-757-9999 and ask for Agent Adam personally. That's agentadamsells.com or 717-757-9999.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Enoel Polanco, and you're listening to Your Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revolution, Sport Radio 1350 WOYK.
Travis Witherspoon leads off the bottom of inning number 6 for the Revs. Top of the order, Spoon, Casilla, Mesa. Revs trail 10-5 in this one. It was 6-5 going into the top of the 6th, but 4 runs came across to score for Sugarland. Derek Norris, a 2-run homer out to left center, capped that inning off. Junior Rincon finally got out of it for the Revs. First pitch from Ben Rowan's a ball off the plate. Rowan will stay in. We've got the final 2 outs at the bottom of the 5th. He stranded runners at first and second. So he's looking to lengthen his outing a little more. More bullpen action for the Skeeters, however. Spoon fouls off a slider. It's 1-1. Just one of those long days of baseball at the park, Darryl, and in a game that was really close and got really good for a period of time, and that's changed a bit over the last inning. The 1-1, Spoon shoots it back up the middle for a base hit. Stays on the low slider. Flips his bat on his trot to first. Leadoff knock for Spoon here in the 6th.
Well, the challenge will be to answer again and put together another or a couple more big innings today before the clock hits 0. Sugarland should have 5 relievers left on the card, but they were in their bullpen early today as well.
Well, if we were playing with a clock in this game, the game might have been over by now. A little over 2.5 hours old. 10-5 lead for Sugarland, bottom 6. Here's Casilla with a man on and no outs. Pitch from Rowan. Rowan away, but it's called a strike. And it's 0-1. Revs got their runs in the third and fourth inning, 3 in the third, 2 in the fourth. Skeeters 6 in the first and 4 in the sixth. 2 multi-run innings apiece. And the only innings where runs have been scored have been multi-run innings.
Crooked numbers.
A little bit too many on one side today. Revs out hitting the Skeeters 10-8, but it's the run column that matters. 0-1 coming to Casilla. Rowan looks at first, and the pitch. Slider dribbled out to second, to short for 1 over at the bag. The throw from Rondon over to first, not in time. 4-6 on the fielder's choice. Casilla beats the throw to first.
He's looked good this week coming back from that groin injury. He runs that one out. Earlier today on his double, he had a pretty awkward slide at second base that I thought could potentially aggravate a thing like that, but he's had a good homestand, very productive with the bat after, it kind of seemed like maybe he was tired a little bit and the way it had been going, and then we found out that he was playing through that groin issue.
Casilla on first. 1 down in the inning. Here's Melky Mesa, homered to dead center his last time up, singled the time before that off the center field wall. First pitch to Melky, swing and a miss, and a nasty slider out in front of it. 0-1 the count. There's more bullpen action for the Skeeters. They have Dan Runsler loosening up. Rowan's already their 4th pitcher of the afternoon. The move over to first now, diving back safely is Alexi. Mesa back in the box, twirls the bat in front of home plate, ready to hit. Casilla short lead off first. The 0-1 pitch from Rowan, sweeping slider, catches the inside corner. Good pitch there, and how are you even expected to hit that when it starts so far out of the zone and then sweeps back in on the inside corner?
Yeah, it looks like it starts behind you, and everything is down. He releases it from down almost against the dirt.
0-2 on Mesa, 1 out in the inning. And the pitch, another slider, swing and a miss, low in the zone. Norris picks it up as it hit the ground. Mesa thinks he tipped it. He's still at home plate asking Warren Nicholson, but his bid to stay at the plate does not come about, and he'll head back to the dugout. 2 outs, here's Jared Mitchell.
Rowan has been the star for the Skeeters. Aside from anybody at the plate today, the big numbers they've put up there, he came in, got him out of the big threat last inning when the Revs were a hit away from completely undoing their early game work.
2 outs and a man on first, 10-5 lead for Sugar Land, bottom 6. Mitchell a 2-run single today. He brought the first 2 runs home for the Revs. Now he shoots one the other way, foul on the left field concourse. 0-1. Jared's been in a mini slump at the plate, but he's found ways to help this team win some games and put runs on the board. 2 RBI today, an example of that. Scored a run last night, had a single. The other night, first game of this series, scored 2 runs without a hit. Finding ways to contribute. His defense has been awesome. Hitting in the 4-hole again today. That seems to be the spot for him right now with Zach Wilson on the disabled list. Causes a few other guys to shift around the lineup as well. The 0-1 to Mitchell, sent up the middle into center field, a base hit. 2 hits in the inning for the Revs. Spoon had 1, now Mitchell. It's a multi-hit game for Jared Mitchell, and the Revs now have 11 hits in the game, but they trail by 5.
And through this mini slump, maybe today officially breaking out of it, he's had some good swings. He earlier today had a hard hit liner the other way that was caught. A couple singles though now. And he has filled whatever role has been needed in the lineup. His versatility, leading off was basically because they needed it. Hitting cleanup right now is because they've needed it. He's been a pretty consistent producer. Everybody goes up and down a little bit, but hopefully going back up.
Here's Jose Cuevas hitting with 2 outs. And the first pitch he sees is a strike. 0-1 the count on Jose. 2 outs in the inning. Runners at first and second for the Revs. 10-5 the lead for Sugarland. And the 0-1 flipped foul out of play. Right side of the diamond into the seats. It's 0-2. Cuevas, the average has fallen back under 200 coming into today. It was at 199. Has driven in a run. He's also reached base on a walk. 0 for 1 in the game. Revs down 5. The 2 are on base with 2 outs in the 6th. Rowan comes set. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball misses a little high. And Cuevas stays alive 1-2. Somehow we're only still in the bottom of the 6th inning. Whew. Rowan set again. A look at second. Casilla out there. The 0-2. Frisbee that's flipped across the plate, and that's a ball. 2-2. Yeah, Casilla and the shortstop Rondon messing with each other out there. Casilla just threw some dirt at Rondon after I think Rondon did the same to him. Little cat and mouse game. Casilla's always messing with somebody, it seems like.
We'll have to bring dirt into the booth so we can throw it at each other.
2-2 on Jose. The pitch swung on and missed. Slider across the zone. Cuevas flips his bat, and the inning is over. 2 strikeouts for Rowan in the inning. He's now thrown an inning in 2/3. We go to the top of the 7th. Darryl taking back over on the play-by-play. 10-5 lead for the Skeeters.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
What's the simplest, easiest, freest way to get in shape? Walking! That natural walking motion is great for almost everybody, but not every shoe is great for walking.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet sports shoes carries the shoes designed to function best, whether you're out for an invigorating stroll or you're humming along at a serious fitness pace. Walking and fitness shoes that'll do the trick, including a variety of widths and hard-to-find sizes. Walk with name brands like New Balance, Saucony, Brooks, and Accelero. For intense fitness workouts, try shoes from Asics, New Balance, Rika, Saucony, and 361. Flying Feet's selection is great, and the service is even better. With personal attention many stores are lacking. Some stores sell shoes, Flying Feet fits them. So take life in stride and do it in style with comfortable walking shoes and fitness shoes from the sportswear specialty store without specialty prices. Flying Feet sports shoes.
Flying Feet.
1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
This is Hall of Famer Jim Palmer. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Head of the 7th inning today, 10-5 Sugarland. Revs had pulled to within 6-5 after trailing 6-0, but a 4-run 6th inning for the Skeeters has re-padded their lead. And everybody's been asked to do some different things in terms of innings worked out of the bullpen today. They went to the bullpen in the 1st inning. Junior Rincon got all 3 outs in the 6th. He will come back on. First pitch slipped high. A curveball on Jan Santee, who backs away. 8, 9, and 1 due up. In the Sugarland order, Jan Santee 1 for 3 today. Drove in a run on an error in the 1st inning. Rincon with the 1-0. Swinging a line drive foul down the line in left. 10 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for the Skeeters. 5 runs, 11 hits, 1 error for York. Revs have out hit the Skeeters 11-8, but uncharacteristic 7 walks issued by the Revs staff today. Sugarland has taken advantage. It's the 1-1. Curveball slipped. Again, that went off Clark's glove right over Jansanti's helmet. Rincon kind of snapped his fingers together afterward, maybe ball slipping with the heat and humidity today. Pagero went 3 2/3, all scoreless. Here's the 2-1. And a line drive base hit to left. Jansanti rips one and leads off the 7th inning with a single. That's the Skeeters' 9th hit. Well, he's 2 for 4. Pagero 3 2/3 scoreless, gave them a chance to climb back early, but after Highland, it was Watts for 2/3 of an inning. Pugliese got the final out of the 5th, came back on for the 6th, and in the 6th inning, did not record an out before Rincon came in. Here is Alvaro Rondon. He swings and foul tips the first one into the mid of Clark. 94 on the gun. And Rincon is ahead. Rincon against Rondon, who's 0 for 2 with a walk and a run. Both Dominican Republic natives. And a throw to first. Back standing is Jansanti. Rondon from Santiago, Dominican Republic. Junior from Santo Domingo. Now lives in Kissimmee, Florida. Near where he spent some time in the Braves system. Pitch. And a breaking ball down and in. As Rondon gets the back foot out of the way. On our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard, Long Island and Lancaster scoreless in the 8th inning at Clipper Magazine Stadium. Runner goes, pitch is swung on and missed. Clark the throw, a short hop scoop by King, and looking to get the tag on a late look, a long look I should say, and safe is the call from Federico De Jesus. Jansanti with the steal, his 9th. Is the 2nd most on their team. And he might have gotten banged up. Inky and their athletic trainer Max Mahaffey will come out and take a look at him.
That was a good throw down by Clark. He put it on the bag, but just a tad late. Good tag from Casilla. Clark has been great throwing to bases, especially second this year. But just a tad late there.
Jansanti, whatever is bothering him, he's going to try to run it off. Little jog out toward left field. Ricardo Gomez loosening for York. Again, they won't let any of these guys get overextended to the point of a problem. Rincon at 26 pitches now. He and Clark will spend the time with a quick visit to go over signs as Incaviglia and Max Mahaffey head off. A runner at second, nobody out. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the hitter. Rincon has his sign, a look back at second. And pitch. Swinging a ground ball, poked to third, right there Cuevas, down with it. Looks the runner back, the throw to first pulled Burgess off. He attempted to clip a tag on Rondon as he went by, but evidently didn't get him. J.B. Torres signaling safe. That'll be the 2nd error of the day on Cuevas, who looked Jansanti back. Maybe, if anything, took just a split second too long in doing so, and then maybe tried to rush that throw just a little more than he ordinarily would have, and it sailed. So 1st and 2nd now, nobody out. Yeah, here's Walsh at the top of the order. He's yet to be retired. First pitch, breaking ball, and it just missed inside. Walsh was the right choice to lead off today. On base 4 out of 4 times. 2 walks, an RBI single, an RBI triple, and 2 runs. A 1-0. And he lines it over the leaping Burgess at first. It's into right. Jansanti around third. He'll score. Throw skips into second, and it's 11-5. Walsh 3 for 3. It's his third RBI, his 5th time on base. And Burgess went to the top of his lead, came down on his back, just beyond his outstretched glove.
You just can't get Colin Walsh out today. He's been a menace at the top of the lineup these past 2 nights. He's set the table for the Skeeters in each game of this series, and things are just getting bad, going bad to worse for the Revs now.
Yeah, last night he had 3 walks. Today, 2 walks and 3 hits. Here is Matt Chavez. First pitch, breaking ball down and away. Chavez 2 for 4, double, RBI single, 2 runs. 11-5 Sugarland here in the 7th. Lancaster has just scored. They lead Long Island 1-0 in the 8th. Rincon ready. There's the 1-0. And a breaking ball dives down and away. He doesn't have great command of that particular pitch this inning. And when that's the case, the hitter is able to sit on the fastball more so, even though he has blazing heat. That game in Lancaster, each team with only 3 hits. 1-0 Lancaster. Pitch here is popped up foul and out of play. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nate Reed started that game 5 innings, scoreless. Did walk 5, but gave up only 3 hits. Somerset leads Southern Maryland 7-2 in the 8th. New Britain leading the Road Warriors 5-4 in the 7th, continuing to apply the pressure in the Liberty Division race. Rincon the pitch, and it's in the dirt. 3-1 on Chavez. Freedom Division, Lancaster up a game and a half on Sugarland coming in. The Liberty race, Somerset's lead is 2.5 over Long Island. Maybe New Britain is the bigger threat. The lead over the Bees is 4. They are within 4. They've won 3 straight and have the best record in the league in June. There's the pitch. It's down low. And a walk to Chavez, who heads to first. That'll load him up with nobody out. The 8th walk from Revs pitchers today. It's just a tough day from the start. Sometimes when you kind of get into a game like that, it snowballs, whereas if you've got a low-scoring game going, everybody's a little sharper, a little more locked in. Here's Derek Norris, who's 1 for 3, 2-run homer. Pitch to him, he lines it to center, slicing down, and that's in for a hit. 1-run home, going to try for 2. Witherspoon's throw will be handled at the mound, and it is 13-5. Derek Norris has driven in 4. Rondon and Walsh score on that. Walsh scores for the 3rd time from the leadoff spot. And the Skeeters, who had 6 in the 1st, 4 in the 6th, they now have 3 in the 7th. Still no outs, and Mace will come out and go to Gomez here. Rincon has thrown 35 pitches in this inning, and it is becoming today just a matter of trying to get this game to the finish line and get the 9 innings complete. Everybody getting extended in terms of innings and pitches thrown. Well, pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Gomez coming in, 1st and 2nd, still no outs. 13-5 Sugarland here in the 7th.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission. You know what really grinds my gears? Perfectly good cars being thrown away just because the transmission went bad. My mind slips into overdrive when someone says,
I'll just get a new car before I spend that kind of money on a transmission.
What? According to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new car is $32 grand. Now you're going to finance that, right? There's another $6 to $8 grand. And if you drive it off the showroom floor, it loses 20% of its value immediately. Don't forget, you also have to pay sales tax, higher insurance rates, title and registration fees, and come up with $600, $700, $800 a month depending on your interest rates for 5 years. And remember, you will still have to pay for the upkeep of the car. Brakes, tires, wipers, fluids, etc. Stop! Trade your transmission, not your car.
Thanks, good-looking genius.
You're welcome, ma'am. Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and save you all that dough. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
If you are facing retirement decisions, Smith, Mayer & Little Wealth Advisory Group can develop a customized retirement income plan. As specialists in retirement planning, we will guide you on Social Security benefits, 401k and retirement plan rollovers, pension choices, and distribution options. We can explain employer benefit plans and retirement systems such as PESERS and TIACREF. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. Get to know us over a cup of coffee or visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
Local sports on WOYK are brought to you by Maple Donuts, York's great tasting family tradition.
It is 13-5 Sugarland here in the 7th inning. Ricardo Gomez takes over. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Kubica at the plate. And first pitch, he swings and loops a foul out of play, third base side. The cleanup man up there, 0 for 4 today. And everybody in their lineup has scored except him. Only 6 of the 9 batters actually have hits. He and 2 others do not. First and second, no outs, 3 runs home here in the 7th. Here's the 0-1. And he swings, pops it up, foul ground at third. Cuevas approaching the dugout and has room right in front of the camera down there. And puts it away at the end of the Skeeters dugout, 1 down. Gomez got in on Kubica, who was late on that heater, and fouls out.
It's a big out right there for Gomez to come into the game and right away have some success. Just trying to keep this at 13-5 and have no more damage come across the scoreboard.
301st Atlantic League appearance for him. Here's Dennis Phipps, and a slider down and away. Phipps 0 for 3 with a bases-loaded walk that gave him an RBI in the first inning. Also a run scored. Gomez, as of the other night, became third in league history to 300 appearances. Pitch is swung on and missed, a slider. So now at 301, and he is 10 away from tying Ben Grzelowski for second most in league history. Ross Peoples the most, 374. There's the 1-1. And a ground ball rolled over to third. Cuevas to his left. He's got it. Goes to second. Casilla rifles the turn to first. And the inning's over. 5-4-3 around the horn double play. And Gomez comes in, gets 3 outs, facing 2 batters. But 3 runs across in the inning, 3 hits, 1 error, 1 left. Stretch time at the bank, 13-5 Sugarland.
There's a lot of talk out there about good health care. We all want a good plan. But step outside and take a good look at all those beautiful trees and shrubs in your yard. Do you have a plan to maintain their good health? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care has a veteran staff of 12 fully licensed and trained tree health care professionals to rely on, including 10 certified arborists and 3 PA certified horticulturalists. So don't let your trees and shrubs fend for themselves against Mother Nature. Visit heritagelawnandlandscape.com and get world-class care right in your backyard.
When you work with an independent insurance agent, you put the power of choice to work for you. Independent agents know several companies and their coverages, which means more options. And because companies like Donegal Insurance Group use the independent agent system, you not only get quality insurance, you also save money. The Independent Insurance Agent System. Discover the power of choice. Contact Coatman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
Feeling sad or anxious all of the time? Do you wish life at home was less stressful? You've tried, but nothing seems to work. Presley Ridge is here to help. Our team of compassionate mental health professionals can help you get back in control of your life. Presley Ridge offers mental health services for all ages in York and Harrisburg. Make your appointment today. Call 717-845-6624 or visit us online at presleyridge.org/outpatient.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Left-hander Dan Runzler, the new pitcher. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. We go to the bottom of the 7th. 13-5, Sugar Land with the lead. Runzler, pretty nasty lefty with his stuff. We'd seen him in the league before, got picked up, now back, and oftentimes he will be in with a smaller lead than this. Michael Burgess leads off and takes a strike. Burgess a double, a single, and a walk today. On base 3 times. 2 for 2 off the lefty that started, Ben Grissett, who went just 3 innings. The 0-1 and a slider called strike 2. Burgess now 5 for 6 off lefties in this series. Runzler 2-0, 3.32 ERA in 23 outings. A little bit of an inflated start, but he's brought the ERA down. He deals and yanked it in the dirt and outside, maybe overthrowing that fastball a little. Javier Betancourt goes into the game at second base defensively. And if that's the only move, then Walsh gets to enjoy the rest of his day. Pitch to Burgess is low, 2-2. Oh, go ahead, Michael.
I don't think they moved Walsh anywhere else. And looking around the infield, it looks like his day is done. Good way to end his day. On base every time.
He was the catalyst. Now Runzler, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Slider gets Burgess. First time today he's been retired. Yeah, 1 down here in the 7th. Runzler scoreless his last 6 outings. At home, he's got a 1.59 ERA. On the road, it's in the high 5s. He is tied for 5th in the league in appearances with 23. Last year, he was in the majors 4 innings with the Pirates. After a good year at AAA Indianapolis, 3.05 ERA there. Here's Clark. He swings, lines one to second, but right at Betancourt. Just into the game. And back in the 3rd inning, it was Nick King who hit one just like that, right at second base. That was with the bases loaded. This one is just the 2nd out of the 7th inning with nobody on, but good swing put on it by Clark. And here is King, who's 0 for 3. First pitch is a called strike, looked down. King was in the Pirates system himself previously. Runzler with Sugar Land 2 years ago, a 1.95 ERA. He fires, and that misses down and away. And from there, signed with Pittsburgh. In the majors last season, it was 4 innings, 2 runs allowed. Also in the bigs with the Giants earlier in his career. Pitch here is swung on and missed. Fastball at 94. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. It was with San Fran between 2009 and 12. World Series rings in 2010 and 12. He's ready. The 1-2. And a swing and a foul tip into the mitt, held on to. And a strikeout for Runzler. 2 in the inning. He goes 1-2-3 in the 7th. And we go to the 8th. The Revs trail the Skeeters 13-5.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood Sure Save stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Facing a legal issue can be a frightening time. What's my course of action? How do I know who to call? Fortunately, the York County Bar Association makes it easy. Now, you only need to make one call to find the right lawyer for you. Call the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right lawyer with our Attorney Connection Lawyer Referral Service. Just call 854-8755 or visit yorkbar.com. Don't hesitate in getting the help you need. Contact the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right attorney at the right time.
Want to give your child the best birthday ever without hosting, planning, or cleanup work? Book a Kona Ice birthday party at Peoples Bank Park. Parties include a 2-hour feast, goodie bags for all guests, and Penn State Children's Hospital playground wristbands. The birthday child gets a custom Revs jersey, a ceremonial first pitch, and a customized Revs birthday cake. Birthdays in the Kona Ice birthday zone during a Revs game. Best birthday ever. Details at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
This is Hall of Fame third baseman Brooks Robinson. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Head of the 8th inning, it is a 13-5 Sugar Land lead as they look to take 2 out of 3 here this weekend. And it's the same way that it went for the Revs in Texas in the first series. Revs won the opener but dropped the next 2. Ricardo Gomez got the 3 outs in the 7th, facing just 2 batters. He'll stay in for the 8th. Barrett Barnes leads it off. First pitch is swung on and fouled up onto the roof. Barnes 1 for 2, 2-run single and a run scored in the first inning. He's also reached on a hit by pitch and a walk. Gomez has his sign from Clark. There's the 0-1 and a fastball right over the plate for a ball. Gomez rolling his eyes. It didn't look low. It's been a tough day back there. Here's the 1-1. Slider breaks away. Gomez is the 4th out of 5 relievers today to finish an inning and then start another one. Mace often will have a guy finish an inning and then somebody else, but today they were in the pen in the first inning. Here's the 2-1. Fastball called strike, outside corner. Gomez at 91. His velocity this week has looked better. Here in his age 40 season, turned 40 about a week and a half ago. The team was at Somerset. Now he's ready. Here's the 2-2, and it misses outside. We'll probably see Grant Sides in the 9th, despite the score being what it is. He just celebrated a birthday as well. And it's been a while since he's been in, so get him some work. Westfall was in last night, coming back. Doubt they would go to him again today. The payoff pitch, swinging a foul back to the roof. Zach Treese has worked a good bit of late, and they thought maybe today he was the only one they couldn't use, but I think they would probably stay away from Westfall coming back from injury last night. He looked really good, though. Felt good today. Another full count offering from Gomez. And it's right there. Strike 3 called, a 3-2 slider. And Barnes rung up. Warren Nicholson took a long look at it. I was afraid that was going to be ball 4, but it was perfect.
At this point in the game, I'm sure even Warren is going to give guys the benefit of the doubt. But Gomez looks good here in this outing, which is good to see because most guys that have pitched today haven't. And Westfall last night, yeah, I think you're right. They really don't want to have to pitch him back-to-back days right out of the chute after coming off the inactive list, but he looked awesome last night. It was great to see.
Here is Courtney Hawkins. He fouls the first one back on a slider. 1 for 3, bloop hit, 2 strikeouts, walk and a run. Tomorrow night, Mitch Atkins starts the opener at Long Island. Ducks countering with John Brownell. There's the 0-1. Slider missed in tight. Tuesday night, Pat McCoy against a surprise TBA. Wednesday, Joe Van Meter against Bennett Perry, who we'll see for the first time. The 1-1. And a slider sky to the air in left. Gillies gets a read on it. Shades the eyes with the bare hand. Stutter stepping under it. And he makes the grab. 2 down on a sky-scraping fly ball. Thursday night, Robert Carson will stay in the rotation and go up against Jake Fisher. So those are the matchups. All at 6:35. We'll be on at 6:15 Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. 6:30 tomorrow at the conclusion of the Baltimore Baseball Show. Here's Anthony Jansanti. Gomez fires high on him. Jansanti 2 for 4. A steal, a caught stealing, an RBI, a run. Pitch. It is down low, 2-0. Revs Baseball brought to you by Wolf's Bus Lines, the official transportation provider of the team. We will spend our share of hours on that this week. Here's the 2-0. And a swing and a fly ball foul the other way and right. That's out of play. Final from Lancaster. Barnstormers beat the Ducks 1-0 on our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. Jair Jurgens started for Long Island, didn't make it out of the second inning despite not allowing a run. I don't know if he got hurt. Here's a foul tip. Ooh, got Warren Nicholson hard in the face mask as it ricocheted back. Tyler Clark was ready to catch him, and TC is asking him all of the pertinent questions. Do you know who you are and where you are?
I mean, it's nice to see Tyler showing some concern there, and the catchers and umpires have just that unspoken bond of they know they both take a beating back there. Clark making sure Warren's all right.
Chong out for a moment. It was 7 days ago we saw Silvio Martinez leave at Southern Maryland after a foul tip. He had a concussion. It's also a final in Jersey. Somerset's beaten Southern Maryland 7-2. Rick Teasley, 7 innings, 2 runs for the win. Julio Bourbon, Kyle Roller, and Mike Francoso went yard. Corey Vaughn hit one on the loss for Southern Maryland. The Patriots had to win to salvage the finale. Gomez ready, the 2-2. Slider fouled back again, looped toward the top of the stands. Someone must have dropped that. I couldn't see, but judging from that disapproving reaction. Gomez again to the plate. And a swing and a miss. He twisted on the leg lift there and broke off a slider to get Jansanti swinging. 1-2-3, top of the 8th for Ricardo Gomez with 2 strikeouts in the inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It remained Sugarland 13, York 5.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
Get ready, come on!
Sixers head coach Brett Brown joins us. People forget what you went through, and we had you on during this process. Did you ever have one of those, or the last time you had one of those moments where you just, you know what, it got to you, where you just said, I just don't know if I'm going to see the light at the end of the tunnel?
I mean, during the 10-win season, and, you lost 26 in a row, I think during that period of time, you wondered, times, was it something that you thought you were signing up for? I did feel comfortable and confident we were working on the correct things, my version of what I think a culture is, but when the last time I spoke with you compared to where we are now, that seems like a long time ago.
You went from 10 to 52 wins in 2 years. That's pretty incredible there.
The Dan Patrick Show. First in York, first in sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. Can't get enough of the Birds? WOYK has you covered. Join us all season on Mondays at 6 for the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by award-winning Orioles and National Baseball writer Dan Connolly from BaltimoreBaseball.com. Exclusive in-depth interviews plus the latest insight and analysis on the Orioles every week. Talking baseball with the Birds, Mondays at 6. The Baltimore Baseball Show on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
This hour on WOYK is brought to you by Maple Donuts. Quality you can see.
Bottom of the 8th inning, it is right-hander Austin Adams who takes over for Sugarland. They lead at 13-5. Darrell Henry along with Michael Mark Antonini. Revs head to Long Island the next 4, back home next Friday, hosting Somerset. As we start another week-long homestand, that'll be a big one, including July for York, presented by York Traditions Bank. Tyson Gillies will lead things off against Adams here in the 8th. Gillies 1 for 3 today with a single and a run scored. 13-5 Skeeters lead. Lancaster did win, as we said. First pitch is swung on, bounced softly towards second. Betancourt scoots in, gloves, makes the off-balance throw over to first. And Gillies retired on one pitch. Sugarland, with a win here, would stay within 1.5, and they will host Lancaster for the next week. That might determine a few things.
I would think that series would determine the first half. I'd be shocked if it didn't. That series won't end the first half out there, but gotta believe that it's going to be decided by then, unless they maybe split the series.
Yeah. Here's Spoon. He lines one to short, but right at Alvaro Rondon. Hit it on the nose, but right at the shortstop. 2 outs on 2 pitches for Adams here in the 8th.
Well, they can't split the series down there. It is 7 games, but basically it would be in 4 wins for one team, 3 the other. Then it could still get dicey after that.
Or the finale could get rained out, and Lancaster could have a first half game played who knows when again.
Yeah.
As Alexi Casilla takes the strike. They probably don't like me suggesting that.
No, but hey, you just never know.
The 0-1 fastball missed away. Alexi today 2 for 4 with a double and 2 runs. Adams 8 outings, 7 1/3 innings, 2 runs coming in, 2.46 ERA since being added. Skeeters bullpen at 2.79 ERA coming in. Pitch, it really tailed hard away off Norris's glove. That had some vicious arm side run to it. Adams got to the majors with the Indians 2014 through 16. 53 games, 2-0 at the big league level, 6.29 ERA. Base is empty, 2 outs. Here's the 2-1, and that misses high. Next Friday night, when the Revs are back home, Harry Potter night and Boy Scout night presented by UPMC Pinnacle. Next Saturday, day-night doubleheader with one of those makeups. 3-1. It is just outside. Adams stares in, wondering, and Casilla with a 2-out walk. Next Saturday at noon, a 7-inning game 1. 6:30 for the night game. That'll be the full 9 on PA Lottery night with post-game fireworks presented by PA Lottery. And next Sunday, July 1st, PSECU jersey auction to benefit Children's Miracle Network. Another Dollar Dog Day from Hatfield Quality Meats. Another Wise Markets Sunday Fun Day. Here's Melky Mesa, 2 for 4. First pitch is outside, and Melky still battling that sore quad. It's kind of been in and out of the lineup, but today really displaying his sheer strength and power that he does possess. The 1-0, swing and a miss, a fastball. He cut it loose at 94 there. He singled off the middle of the batter's eye in the third inning. Only a single because runners got bunched on the bases. Gillies maybe didn't have the greatest read on it. Pitch is swung on, bounce foul, third base side. But then an inning later, he cleared that thing. You could see it bounce off the driveway on the other side for a 2-run homer to dead center. So he hit one probably 400 feet in the third and probably 410 in the fourth.
410, 415. That was a shot. I mean, to stay up the middle and go deep like that, it's impressive.
There's the 1-2. Swing, and he pops this one up. On the right side, it's Betancourt out from second, fighting it a bit. The right fielder coming in, and that is not Barnes. Somebody else in right field comes in to handle it. I'm starting to think that Walsh might have stayed in and went into right field. We'll try to figure that out. Catch is made by the right fielder. No runs, no hits, one left. We'll go to the ninth. It will be Zach Treese who's coming in. Revs trail the Skeeters 13-5.
The area's biggest and best 4th of July celebration happens in downtown York. July 4 York, presented by York Traditions Bank, is back and better than ever. For the first time in 5 years, there's a York Revolution game on July 4th. The party starts at 3:45 with free family fun outside the ballpark, presented by CGA Law Firm. Enjoy inflatables, face painting, balloon art, and more. At 5, the Revolution takes the field, and the human cannonball flies just before the game. Game tickets are available at YorkRevolution.com. The free party resumes at 7:30 with music by the unforgettable Big Band. And at 9:30, it's the free American Town Fireworks presented by Glatfelder Insurance Group. Grab the kids and be there for July 4 York, presented by York Traditions Bank. Get details at July4York.com.
When your kids are bored, your garage is overflowing, and your patio furniture is on its last legs, you need Penn Dutch Structures. Our selection of Amish-crafted sheds, swing sets, gazebos, and outdoor furniture includes everything you need to play, relax, and entertain all year long. Shop our impressive selection of in-stock structures or work with our professionals to customize a made-to-order structure that meets all your needs. Visit Penn Dutch Structures on site at the Markets at Shrewsbury, located off I-83 on the Susquehanna Trail. That's Penn Dutch Structures on site at the Markets at Shrewsbury.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
Head of the ninth, Zach Treese will come in. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Gomez, nice job. He retired all 5 in appearance number 301 of his Atlantic League career. Zach Treese last night made the 300th appearance of his pro career, as he went an inning and 2/3, initially scoreless, but then charged with 2 runs before leaving in the 7th. And here's a ground foul, first base side from Rondon leading it off. Rondon 0 for 3, 2 runs and a walk. Treese goes back-to-back days here. 3 of the last 4. And he fires. Swinging a grounder, yanked foul again. Off the front of the Revs dugout. 13-5 Sugarland. Nine, 1, and 2 do this inning. Treese is ready with it, and the pitch. Fastball down and away. Overall, Zach in 16 outings, 0-1 with a 7.11 ERA, but vast majority of the damage was done in April. Pitch is swung on and missed. Fastball away, and Rondon swings through it. Treese starts his day with a strikeout. And Walsh is still in the game, so he went from second to right, Barnes from right to center, and it was not Jansanti who struck out in the 8th. Betancourt went into that spot, and he struck out. Now that we got that all figured out, pitch to Walsh is a called strike, outside corner at the knees. He has not been retired all day. 2 walks, 3 hits, including a triple, 3 driven in, and 3 scored. 3's been his magic number. Breaking ball here, that hooks in for strike 2. And Treese on top of him quickly. Jansanti did have that little issue when he stole second in the 7th. He wasn't feeling too great after it, and that's when Betancourt went in for him. Here's a swing and a ground ball. Second base, Alexi is there. He's got it. Sidearms over to first, and Walsh has finally been retired today. 2 down here in the 9th. Here is Matt Chavez, who's 2 for 4, double, 2 runs, RBI, and a walk. Now, unless the Revs score 8 in the 9th, it'll be a 4-3 homestand. This would drop them back to 500 at 26-26. They would be 2-4 against Sugar Land this year as Treese misses down and away. It goes to the backstop. That's kind of the way their first half has been, alternating wins and losses or 2 and 3 game streaks in either direction. Treese set, the 1-0, and a bouncer foul, third base side. One thing, both Sugar Land and Lancaster, if they are able to wind down after their games today and get to bed early, they can get a little rest, which does not happen very often on those trips. Whenever the games are in Sugar Land, they play at night due to the heat. The Revs will play at night both times before going down there this year. Here's a breaking ball, inside corner, strike called, and Treese with pretty great location here in the 9th inning today is on top 1-2. Skeeters closer Felipe Paulino loosening even with the 8-run lead. Would probably be Ben Rowan that would get the win based on who's pitched the best. 1-2, and that misses high from Treese. Revs will fall to 14-13 at home, barring an enormous 9th inning. The disappointing thing, they would fall to 2-8 at home on weekends. There's the pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Zach Treese owned that 9th inning. 1-2-3 with a couple of Ks. They weren't close to hitting him. Big sweeping hook. And we go to the bottom of the 9th. Sugar Land in front, 13-5.
Need to get some cash? No problem. Head to Royal Farms, step up to the ATM, and
get your cash for nothing, cause there is no fee.
Yep, that's the way we do it at Royal Farms. Some retailers charge to use their ATMs. We don't. Our ATMs are surcharge free, so you can always get
cash for nothing, cause there is no fee.
Anytime, at all Royal Farms ATMs. A bank or credit card fee may apply.
Buying or selling? The auction houses of Dover and Mount Royal have you covered. From selling full estates to taking consignments on good, clean merchandise. Join us for weekly in-house auctions at Mount Royal. With food served during weekly auctions and 3 certified appraisers on staff, our friendly and courteous team will make the process easy and enjoyable. We offer a great deal on real estate, selling at 3% instead of real estate agents' commission rate of 6%. For more information, visit our Facebook page, call us at 717-963-3190, or visit our websites at www.theauctionhouseofdover.com and www.mtroyalauction.com.
York Country Day School is an independent college preparatory school. It inspires and nurtures the innovative and creative spirit of students as they pursue their intellectual promise. At York Country Day School, students are known and valued, which allows them to engage as compassionate, bold, and active citizens as they identify a purpose outside of themselves and generate the call to better the world. York Country Day School is currently enrolling students beginning at age 2 years, 7 months through grade 12. We invite you to visit for a day and stay for the education of a lifetime. For more information, visit www.ycds.org.
The Baltimore Baseball Show with Dan Connolly, right here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Bottom of the ninth, 13-5 Sugarland. Felipe Paulino comes in, their closer. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. New catcher is Josh Whistler in for Norris. First pitch to Jared Mitchell, leading off is high and wide, off the glove and back to the backstop. So they've made a total of 4 defensive changes today, including a couple that have moved positions and stayed in. And they've now used 2 of their 3 bench players. It's the 1-0 and a swing at a high fly center field. Barnes getting it read, now comes in, calls for it, and makes the one-hand grab. 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the 9th. Kids will run the bases upon the final out today as Rick announces that.
It's just been a long day at the park for both of these teams, and for the Revs, it's a tough end to a homestand where unless they put up 8 runs in this inning and keep it going, it's going to be a 4-3 homestand. And a mark of 5-2 would have looked a lot better.
Here's Cuevas, first pitch, fastball right there for a strike. Cuevas 0 for 2, but does have a sac fly and a walk. Mitchell will finish 2 for 5 with 2 ribbies today. Revs tomorrow will make their first visit to Long Island since the championship series. There's the 0-1 and a foul back off the net. The Revs and the Ducks have met once, and it was York winning the opener June 7th, but then losing the next 3 at home. It hasn't just been here that the Revs have struggled on weekends. They are about to fall to 5-14 overall in weekend games. There's the 0-2. Breaking ball popped up toward the first base dugout. Chavez, the first baseman, over. It lands just inside the Revs dugout. Whistler was coming over. He was the one hollering to Chavez that he had room. But it hit the inside of the railing just before he got there and shot down into the Revs dugout. So Cuevas still with life. That was Sugarland with a 6-run first inning. Revs almost erased it. Got to within a run at the end of 4. It was that way going to the 6th. There's the pitch and a swing and a foul off to the right. Sugarland, though, 7 unanswered to put it on ice. 4 in the 6th, 3 in the 7th. Paulino, 15 saves this year. Not a save situation today, but been among the league's best. Leads the league in total saves. Another 0-2 and a line drive hit hard in right center. Barnes was playing deep though, and he will coast over and make the grab deep in right center. Another hard hit ball from Cuevas, but for Jose, another hard hit out. And the Revs are down to their last out.
What are you going to do if you're Jose? I mean, not catching a break. That ball was hit on the nose. Barnes, though, shading that way. And, I mean, it's come to the point where unless Cuevas is hitting one out of the park, somebody's robbing him. Well, and that's not, that's a routine play out there. He's shaded that way, but still, either he's getting robbed or hard hit balls just going into guys' gloves.
It's incredible. Here's Burgess, who's 2 for 3 today with a double, single, and a walk. Paulino from the belt, and he fires. Breaking ball right down the middle for ball one as Paulino laughs, looking in at the plate. 0.74 ERA for him. There's the 1-0, and that breaks down low. He was a big league starter earlier in his career. He's been up with multiple teams. Debuted with the Astros. And now fires. And a swing and a foul tip into the mid. That fastball at 92. It's 2-1. This year, 24 1/3, just 11 hits allowed, 2 earned runs. Only 5 runs total. He's been dominant. Leads the league ahead of Matt Reynolds of Lancaster, who entered the day with 13 saves. Paulino with 15. They play Burgess to pull infield and outfield. Here's the 2-1, and it missed a little low. Does that say 437 out there? I think.
Yeah.
So we're at
437.
A little over 3.5 hours today. There's the 3-1, a half swing, and it's a strike. Burgess saw it up, realized halfway it was going to be out of the zone, but couldn't stop. 3-2. Revs down to their last strike. Paulino with the blue glove. He's ready. Here's the 3-2. And a swing at a high pop fly. Center field. Barnes playing in right center. He's right there waiting under it. And he's got it. 1-2-3, 9th inning in the non-save situation for Paulino. And the Revs drop the final 2 to the Skeeters this weekend. Today, final score 13-5. Stay tuned. Post-game show follows next.
Remember rushing to the newspaper in the morning to read all about that Revs game from the night before? Yeah, that was a long time ago. We barely remember that too. Sports Radio 1350 is your home for local sports, and we're taking care of that news void in your life. Get your York Revolution game articles delivered right to your inbox every morning, courtesy of WOYK. Simply log on to YorkRevolution.com and click to sign up to receive daily game recaps right to your inbox. Keep up to date every day as the York Revolution go for another Atlantic League title. We're your source for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Facing a legal issue can be a frightening time. What's my course of action? How do I know who to call? Fortunately, the York County Bar Association makes it easy. Now, you only need to make one call to find the right lawyer for you. Call the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right lawyer with our Attorney Connection Lawyer Referral Service. Just call 854-8755 or visit yorkbar.com. Don't hesitate in getting the help you need. Contact the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right attorney at the right time.
Remember when an app was listen only? Oh yeah, that was kind of us, wasn't it? Well, we have a new app. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores and take Sports Radio 1350 on the go like never before. Listen on the go like always, and now get easier access to archived games and programs on demand. Watch WOYK game broadcasts on YouTube and so much more. Search the new WOYK on the Apple and Google Play stores and download today. It's not just an app, it's a lifestyle. Sports Radio 1350. First in York, first in sports.
Revs Baseball is brought to you by Pizza Box and Hoagie Shop, Yingling's Ice Cream, Penn State York, Etline Foods, Ace Distributing, Wolf's Bus Lines, Sheets, Seltzer's Lebanon Bologna, Downtown Inc., Highmark, Total Exterminating Services, East York Vet, Brickers, Brewery Products, York County Solid Waste Authority, Planet Fitness, Hatfield Quality Meats, Penn State Hershey Children's Hospital, Turkey Hill Minute Markets, Health South Rehabilitation, Martin's Potato Chips, the official chip of the York Revolution, Isaac's Famous Grilled Sandwiches, proud sponsors of York Revolution Baseball.